Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. Tonight we have this lineup of awesome people joining me. I'm going to let everyone introduce themselves, starting with Brian, then Darius, then Ken. So, Brian, want to kick us off? Darius?
I'm on another adventure. I'm late. I'm trying to get back to my hotel. Bear with me for like 10 more minutes.
Darius is in hot pursuit on a golf cart right now. Ken?
And I can.
Well, we have quite the number of things to cover on tonight's stream because we haven't had one in quite a little bit. So the first thing I do want to talk about, if you guys haven't seen me promote it on Instagram, Facebook, and another YouTube video, we have a new Discord server that just launched a couple days ago known as the Unload Station. It's actually had a really great launch so far. We have over 400 members already, which is pretty crazy. I didn't think it would grow that fast. So if you haven't joined, I'm going to have the join link somewhere in the chat sooner than later, hopefully. So keep an eye out for that if you haven't joined, because it's a really good time. I highly recommend checking it out. But back to the mainline stuff, we have Pantherion's return to talk about. So Ken, myself, my dad, we all made a trip down, and Brian was actually there. You were there, what, the day before us, I think? I don't think we can hear you, actually. Ken, can you hear him?
I can't hear him.
Yeah, Brian, check your mic settings. I think it might be acting up or something. But we were down there checking out Panthetherion, which of course is Intimidator 305. It had a bit of a late opening for the year for whatever reason. But it is here now and it is running phenomenal. That thing was cooking like I've never seen it before. I mean, it was cooking through wheels, that's for sure. You could see them all sitting on the side, which was pretty funny. But it was really, really great to get back on it. And Ken, that was your first time riding Rapterra. How was it?
Honestly, I didn't really care for it.
Fair.
It's not my kind of ride.
Very, very understandable. I like it. I think it's definitely not the best wing coaster. I thought that when I first rode it, but after getting a couple of re-rides, I changed my opinion a little bit. It's still, again, a very fun ride, but not necessarily my favorite thing in the world. What really was great, though, other than Panthetherion, was Twisted Timbers. That was running ridiculously fast while we were there. I haven't seen it run that fast, I don't think ever, honestly. So that was a really, really nice bonus. Brian, can we hear you yet? Oh, I think that's the sound of Brian. I think we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. It's a little quiet, but we can hear you.
Is Darius in a golf cart?
Darius is in a golf cart. He's in Belize right now, I believe. Yeah. Darius is always all over the place. Brian, you made your trip. Now? Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
I can hear. I've heard you the whole time.
Excellent. So how was your trip down to King's Dominion? Literally the day before us.
The day before, yeah, because you're texting me like, "You be there tomorrow?" I'm like, "No, I'll be home and work the next day." It was actually a pretty good trip. Pretty much went down there for Rapterra. Was the main trip that I kind of booked it for. Lines weren't that bad. Panthetherion was running amazing again. That was great to have that. That kind of surprised. Like originally when playing the trip, that wasn't going to be open, so that was nice to have that open. Rapterra, I thought it was running very well. I don't know. I thought it got a little hate for some of it, but it was running well. That whole area, that jungle expedition, really awesome what they did.
I agree. That is honestly probably my favorite themed area out of any Cedar Fair park that they've done. It's absolutely incredible. And I do see a super chat to start us off from ZM Staple. Thank you, Zach. Apologies for interrupting your conversation. This is for your nightly ice cream obsession. Enjoy. Well, I didn't have my ice cream yet. That's going to have to happen later on. But Darius, if you are able to talk, I don't think you went down for 305's reopening, right? You were just there when Rapterra had opened, right?
Yeah.
Either way, how was Rapterra when you rode it?
Listen, I think it's an excellent wing coaster. I don't know. You know me, I have the unfavorable perspective usually. I still like Gatekeeper. A lot of people hate it, but I did not think Rapterra gave me the same feeling that Gatekeeper did.
Okay.
But it's a good ride. It's a good ride.
Fair enough. I see we have another super chat, so let me jump down to that real quick. Thank you, Christian, for the super chat. I was at Canada's Wonderland, and Alpenfury is top 10 worthy. Alpenfury is an unbelievable ride. It's truly unlike anything else out there. So if you haven't ridden Alpenfury, get on up to Canada's Wonderland and check it out because it's awesome. But another point of discussion I want to talk about is Six Flags America. As we know, this is going to be their final season ever, at least under the Six Flags umbrella. We're not really too sure exactly what's going to happen after the end of the season. If I had to guess, we're probably going to see some rides taken out and moved around to a couple of other Six Flags parks. I'd keep an eye on Great Adventure in particular. I wouldn't be surprised if we get our hands on a couple of them. But in terms of what's going to happen with the park itself, as far as we know, it sounds like the township and the county really don't want it to not be an amusement park anymore. So it's really going to depend on what they wind up doing with the zoning, if they're willing to change the zoning for whoever they wind up selling it to. But that's a whole nother discussion. Six Flags America is still open for now. And one thing that people have been watching is ride closures and just kind of general uptime. And it looks like Batwing, honestly, probably done for the rest of the park's time. It was open on and off a little bit this year, and I'm really kicking myself for not going when I was originally planning to go because I would have been able to get on Batwing one more time. But that is unfortunate. And now Superman, it was open for most of the season, then it closed for a little bit, then it was back open, and it actually just closed again. So hopefully we will see it reopen. It's kind of been back and forth, back and forth. But do any of you guys in the stream plan on making one more trip to Six Flags America? I'll start with Brian. Oh, now we cannot hear you.
How about now?
I think, yes, now we can hear you.
Yeah, I don't plan on going. I think I've had this conversation with your dad, maybe. The last time I went, it was 2019. It was the Ace event. And got on everything, had a great time. Shockingly, Roar was actually running pretty smooth. Like, I don't know what they did for that ERT, but it was running well. I don't want to go there and have a bad experience and be like, oh, that's the end of it. I'm leaving it with a high note. So yeah, I don't plan. I've gone on, had a good day there, rode on everything. I'm good.
Fair.
I got to go say goodbye to Soup. So I'm going to go down one more time, and then I'm going to head over to Ride 305.
Ken, do you think you're going to make one more trip?
I don't think I'm going to get back down there. So.
Fair. I know a lot of people don't have the greatest opinions of the park. I've never really had a bad time there. Are they the best park out there? No, they're definitely not the best. But I've never had an issue with them. I've always had a good time. But I know I don't speak for everyone there.
I also don't see it making it until whatever their close date. Because you got to figure any full-time that's looking for a new job is going to take it. They're not like, hang on, new company. I got to finish it out here. I don't think they're going to get staffing for the end. I can see them closing earlier than what the posted date.
Is it just me, or can you barely hear him?
Yes, it is very faint.
I don't know what's going on. Hang on.
It sounds like it might be your laptop's audio or your laptop's mic that's picking it up. But yeah, I could definitely see that, to your point, that, you know, people may wind up just saying, you know what, they're closing anyway. I'm not going to continue working because there's no point. That's always a possibility. I mean, you can even see that with a park that's not closing, where people decide to leave early because they know the park is closing early for the season. But I really do hope they can stick it out and have a good, you know, last couple of weeks or, well, months, really. There's not much time left. But I wish them the best. I definitely want to try to get back down there at least one more time. We'll see. We actually, funnily enough, stayed right next to it when we were going down for King's Dominion and Busch Gardens. We did not go because we didn't have time. But we were staying in Bowie, Maryland, and just didn't have time for it, unfortunately. But in more positive side of things, we have stuff that's been announced that is new for 2026. So we've seen a couple of interesting things come out as to what parks are opening next year. I'll start with the Six Flags stuff because that's much easier to kind of talk about because it's fairly well known. Six Flags Mexico is going to be getting the Vekoma family boomerang, as was promised in the press release that came out last year for 2026 attractions. That's when they officially announced that King Ka was being retired. So that was announced. It's called, I think, Speedway Stunt Coaster. I forget, but it's already vertical. That's going to be open very quickly. If they're already vertical on such a tiny coaster like that, I think they're definitely going to be getting that thing ready to go super fast. Kings Island made a very surprising announcement to me, and that was the announcement of the closure of Boo Blasters and the seeming replacement for it, which is the Phantom Theater opening Nightmare, which is awesome. I love seeing parks invest in things that maybe aren't like the most marketable, or things that you wouldn't think they would do, but they are doing. And I think a new dark ride for them is excellent. The Boo Blasters rides are fun, but they're definitely dated and desperately need updates. And I'm really happy to see that Kings Island's doing it, and hopefully we'll see some of the other parks do it. Besides those two, though, announcements have been fairly sparse across the board. We know that Six Flags Over Texas is making their announcement for that Giga Dive coaster in September. Great Adventure is probably not announcing the new coaster until early next year or maybe later. That one's kind of in limbo. It really just depends on how far along they get with construction. Six Flags Magic Mountain is still supposed to have that new coaster. They've been working on it. It's assumed, or not assumed, it's rumored to be a new model from Vekoma. But again, we've seen not really any information on that at all, and no signs of an announcement. There was teasing, and then it just kind of stopped. And other than that, I mean, there really hasn't been too much that I can think of, at least. Is there anything you guys can think of?
Well, Dolly, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. And yes,
Okay.
Dollywood.
Yeah,
They haven't announced it yet. But
like, crazy to speculate what that's supposed to be. I've heard like from that mock power, the boat ride thing, that was just built, to like the inverted coaster. I don't know. Like, no one knows what it is. It's all over the place.
it really could be anything at this point. And they've been definitely having people on the edge of their seats with teasing. I know that they are going to be announcing it in, I believe, mid-September at the park, which is really cool. So we'll keep an eye out for what that winds up being. And speaking of, Busch Gardens Tampa is going to be something to watch too, because they just announced that their original Aero log flume, Stanley Falls, I believe it's called, is closing for good at the end of the, I guess, kind of fall or summer season. I forget the exact date, but it's sometime in September, which is a little surprising. I know a lot of people are going to be very upset to see such a classic ride go, but I'm hoping they can kind of use that plot and maybe Scorpion's plot right next door to make something really cool. I'd imagine another water ride, but that is really exciting. We still don't know what SeaWorld San Antonio is officially getting. It's presumed that they're getting a B&M family inverted coaster, which, again, there's not really been any confirmation on that, but that's the current leading rumor. Is there any other parks that are really rumored to get anything?
Jenkins.
Rip Ride Rocket replacement?
Yes. Oh, yeah. So Jenkinson's, I'll start with that first because it's much more local to us Jersey people. They are closing Tidal Wave, which is the bigger of their two coasters, and they're replacing it with a brand new coaster. There's been a lot of kind of back and forth on this one. It's not a relocated Pinfari Zyklon. This is a brand new model from SBF that happens to be very similar to that coaster model, but it is not the same one. And I'm really excited about this because I really do like Jenkinson's. I think they're a really nice family-oriented park. Tidal Wave isn't my favorite. It was just kind of all right to me. I never thought anything too special of it. And I love that they're constantly finding ways to innovate and change the lineup around. And I doubt Tidal Wave is going to be scrapped. I'm sure that'll wind up getting relocated elsewhere. And then with Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket, that's an interesting one because we still don't know exactly what the replacement is going to wind up looking like. It's looking like it's going to be something pretty big, though. If you guys follow Theme Park Stop, they do a great job covering all the stuff on Universal and Disney and all that. And the plot for the new coaster that's replacing Rip Ride Rocket is just huge. It's all of Rip Ride Rocket plus a little more in the front and a little more in the back. So I'm pumped for that thing. It'll probably open, if I had to guess, in 2027, since Hollywood Drift over in Universal Hollywood's opening next year, probably early next year. So lots of exciting projects, but not too many of them. At least not as many as we saw in 2025, I don't think.
I'm hoping that's Ghostbusters. I'm really.
You think so? I mean, I would love to see it be
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Awesome to do Ghostbusters, but I don't think it's gonna be.
I think it'll be Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's still great, but Ghostbusters would just be so cool and unique to see such a giant coaster like that take such a theme that isn't always used that
I
often.
mean, that means they have to get rid of the other Fast and Furious, which
I was hoping they'd be getting rid of that regardless. That ride's awful. They already got rid of the one in Hollywood.
The other option is Back to the Future, right?
Ooh.
I would love to see that. I know the Universal Great Britain coaster is highly rumored to be themed to Back to the Future, which would be really cool. But I'd love to see something over here as well on this side of the Atlantic. But in other news, unless you guys have any other new coasters or new attractions you wanted to talk about or rumors. I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Any news about Clemington?
Oh, that's right. Clementon is actually getting Squadron 33, which was at Playland's Castaway Cove. That is now being reconstructed at Clementon, which is awesome. If you guys don't know what that is, it's essentially one of those Gerstlauer sky rollers. Or is it Gerstlauer? I'm not sure. But the rides where you control how much you flip with the wings, the ride that Ken absolutely annihilated me in because I couldn't get it to flip once, and Ken got it to flip, 30-something times?
34, I think it was.
34 times. So they had a different version of that at Munchie came to visit me. Hello, Munchie. That was at Playland's Castaway Cove. It's a slightly different version of it where it would kind of spin around like this and then kind of almost like an Enterprise. And that is now going to be at Clementon, which is very exciting. And of course,
And that one was really good spinning. That one was
yeah, that one was great. So I'm glad that's staying in the state. Of course, Hellcat is getting some of that RMC track, which is going to make it way better, hopefully, because that ride is not very enjoyable in its current state. Is there anything else?
It did. I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering. Did Kentucky Kingdom have any rumor? Aren't they clearing land by the back of what's it? The hyper.
I forget what area. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes. So they are more than likely, from what I understand, getting a Vekoma suspended family coaster, much like Dragonflyer at Dollywood, which is a really great fit for them because obviously they got rid of T3, which was their only suspended coaster. So now that they are getting a new one that's more geared towards families, I think that's definitely going to bring the park more in line with what Hershend is probably trying to make it, which is something more akin to Silver Dollar City or Dollywood. Obviously, that park will never be the same as those, and I think they know that, but they're working towards getting more of a family atmosphere, which I think is great for the park.
What do you think's going on with Epic?
Well, they have that giant wall that they're putting up at the back of the park, which I'm assuming is for noise, but it sounds like they're also probably working on expansions. Personally, my pipe dream that I really want to see is a Luigi's Mansion expansion to Super Nintendo World with a dark ride inside of Luigi's Mansion.
Can you use a flashlight? That's got to happen.
Yeah. There's so many different things you could do with a ride like that, too. You could have it be a trackless ride like Rise of the Resistance. You could do another shooter, which would probably make sense given the theme of Luigi's Mansion. There's so many cool things you could do. But there's plenty of other things at Epic that could definitely be expanded upon. I think the Creature of the Black Lagoon boat ride that's been rumored for Dark Universe would be great because that area feels kind of small and incomplete. Potter desperately needs a second ride. So there's a lot. There's definitely a lot.
Waldemir's
yes. We, every time I think we got everything, there's one more. Waldemir is clearing a big plot of land right now. I don't know what that is, but I think it'd be really cool and kind of a curveball if they were the ones that bought Switchback from ZDTs.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And put that there.
It would fit there.
It would fit there perfectly. Because ZDT's the owners, they said that every ride has been sold except for Switchback, and they're kind of working amongst a couple different bids from different groups. Now, I don't know if they would go ahead and clear the land for it before they actually secured the purchase. I mean, there's no real way of knowing, but you never know. It's going to go somewhere.
It would fit there, too, nicely.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Is there anything else?
Total Land's going to open up in 2 months.
2 months.
Wow.
Is that for the Formula One race? They'll open up.
Yeah, it'll be open. I mean, from what I understand, they have to be open Formula One weekend.
Okay.
I believe the way it was said to me, we'll call it hearsay, but from a reliable source, is that they need to be open because they have contractual obligations for Formula One weekend.
Well, hopefully we'll see them make it. They just had a ceremony.
Put it on the calendar.
Because they put the last bolt in. I think that's what the ceremony was for. So that was pretty cool. Definitely a good sign. And there's a couple other rides I just remembered. Well, one in particular, Carowind's Water Ride. This is another ride that was announced in that press release for 2026. And the land is cleared. There were markers. I just don't know how far along it actually is. If I remember correctly, it got to a certain point and then kind of slowed down a little bit, and there still hasn't been an announcement. That's kind of the common theme with most of the Six Flags things, is that not much has really been announced yet. If it'll be announced, we don't know.
Remember when we used to have that wonderful video at the end of the season where they did that? Oh,
Jim Reed Anderson, that
I
was
miss those
classic,
days.
classic. I would love to see that come back, which actually it's a nice segue into our next segment, which is on Six Flags and just general great adventure stuff. So Six Flags, we're going to be keeping a close eye on because obviously Richard Zimmerman is going to be leaving the company as the CEO. He will still be staying on as a director, but he will no longer be the CEO come the end of the year, and there will be somebody else taking over, and they're currently looking into who that's going to wind up being. Hopefully it is someone who can kind of get Six Flags on a path where they can get all of their finances in order, for one, get some of the debt down, and start making the improvements they want to make in the parks, because I think there's a lot of parks that definitely need improvements. Great Adventure is definitely one of them. They need a lot of money thrown at them after what happened at the end of 2024, and I'm hoping we can see that happen. Obviously, we have the new coaster, which is kind of the start of that, but I think there's definitely more that needs to happen as time goes on, and there's a lot of other parks that could also still use lots of investment. So hopefully we'll see that happen. Obviously, they have that MVP sale going on, which is actually about to end, if I'm not mistaken. We'll see if they extend it. They probably will.
They're going to extend that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, 2 more weeks.
Yeah, they always do it every year. But that's a pretty bold one, considering that you get access to every park in the chain for some parks as cheap as like $60, which is insane. And they haven't been too clear on legacy memberships, which kind of it's a struggle for me because I want to share the correct information with you guys. And I've heard so many different things from so many different sources, all from the company, that makes it really difficult. I can say that at the Q&A we had at the Ace event, which I will talk about in a little bit, that Pete Carmichael, who's the regional GM, said that all of your benefits with, Diamond, Diamond Elite, all of the legacy memberships will carry over from Legacy 6 to Legacy Cedar. That's what he said, and that's what has supposedly been circulating at corporate. I'm hoping that is actually the case and we won't see too many issues. I know a lot of people have had issues with using their new passes at some of the Legacy 6 parks this year, with just the system not really being ready for it yet, especially the paper cup plan. That's been a bit of a hassle. I would love to know if we can somehow switch from getting a free season drink bottle to the paper cup plan, because I hate using the drink bottle. But this is all stuff hopefully we'll find out sooner than later. We're also still waiting on that new website and new app, which we're supposed to launch, I think in July was what they originally said. And now it looks like they're eyeing November. Hopefully that winds up happening, because I think the synergy is much needed. But it's definitely still a very interesting time for Six Flags and Great Adventure 2. And I'm going to continue watching it as we keep going closer and closer to 26, which is where we're going to see a lot more changes happen. But other than all that, we have another thing to talk about, which is very exciting, which is haunts. We are approaching haunt season quickly. I know Ken is very excited for that. He's our haunt connoisseur. And Brian, you're going to Halloween Horror Nights, right?
I am. I'll be there 24th. I'll be there.
I will also, a bit of an announcement here, I will also be making my inaugural visit to Halloween Horror Nights this year at some point during the fall season, which I'm very, very excited for. I've never done Halloween Horror Nights, and given that I've gotten into the haunt kind of, realm more and more the past couple of years, I'm very excited to see what is always considered the best of the best. They have a lot of really cool mazes. And of course, we have local stuff too that's great. Hershey Park Dark Nights is always a favorite. They have a new maze this year, which is actually themed to a kind of garage, which I know Brian and my dad are going to absolutely love as car guys.
Pumped for it.
Yes. Dorney Park Haunt, I don't know if there's anything new. I don't think they announced anything new. There are changes to that, though, where you now have to pay for the mazes, which previously was not a thing. They're kind of adopting that from Legacy Six Flags, which I know a lot of people aren't too happy about, but I believe the upcharge is only like $10, which honestly, if you're only paying $10 for a good experience, I don't really see an issue with it, but I do understand that people are
Dorney's is worth $10. I mean,
yes,
do a good job.
I agree. Dorney's is always spectacular. And Great Adventure, of course, is returning. There are a couple mazes not returning this year, and there are no new mazes that we know of at this time, we are losing Stranger Things and Saw X. We don't know what's going to happen with those spaces either. I have no idea. I'm assuming they're just not going to put anything in there, but we'll see. And of course,
They're gonna
tons
stay
of.
vacant.
Yeah, I had a feeling. We have lots of local haunts too. Ken can kind of help me in naming those because he knows a lot more of them than I do.
I'm not going to name them all right now.
Name a couple favorites.
Reaper's Revenge and Hotel of Horror and Halls of Horror together in one evening.
Okay.
Ken, have you
Halls
ever
of
been, I think
Horror
it's
is very
Fright
interesting. Look into
Land
it.
in Delaware?
Was that Brian?
Frightland in Delaware.
has Ken
Delaware.
been-
Yeah, I've been there.
Because I've driven by it and like, that looks crazy. And then like looked it up online. I'm like, this looks like a crazy thing. I'm curious.
They
if
have
you've
like
been
10 different haunts there. So.
That's wild. So yeah, if you guys are haunt connoisseurs or haunt enthusiasts, there's plenty for you to do, especially if you live in the Great Adventure area. There's a lot of stuff around here if you're willing to drive a little bit. But we're not there yet. We are just finishing the summer season. Of course, tomorrow is Labor Day, so happy Labor Day. And I do want to talk about one more thing before we get into the Q&A portion, which was the ACE event that just happened at Great Adventure. All of us in this chat were there. It was a really, really great event. And if you don't know what ACE is, it's American Coaster Enthusiasts. And they usually have lots of events all across the country, including New Jersey. Ace New Jersey didn't have any Great Adventure events for 6 years prior to this one. The last one was what was called Riding the Bull, which happened in 2019. And Riding the Bull was an annual event for years upon years. And unfortunately, in COVID, it kind of ended off, and they weren't able to get an event going back at the park for quite a while. But it is back now, and they had a really, really great return with some morning ERT on Jersey Devil and Nitro. We got an exclusive tour of the new for 2027 coaster, which you guys saw in a separate video. And then we got a lunch. We had King the Cop parts get raffled off, a whole bunch of other things. I wound up getting an award, which I was really not expecting at all. I was completely caught off guard, but I was very thankful for that. It was just a really, really great time. And if you haven't already joined Ace, I highly recommend doing so. They actually have an event coming up very soon at Casino Pier on the 13th, I believe, Seaside Hangover, Summer Hangover, they call it. And it's a really good deal because I think it's like $25, $30, I think $25. And you get access to all the rides on the boardwalk. So you get a wristband, plus you get a ride on the Skyscraper, which is one of my favorite rides of all time. You get go-karts, mini golf, all kinds of great stuff. Ken does not like the Skyscraper. I forced him on it in June, and he was not too happy about that. But if you really like thrills, that is the ride for you.
And it's called the Hangover because it used to be the day after Riding the Bull.
Yes, so you'd have Riding the Bull on the Saturday.
Hopefully they get them in sync again, because I think a lot of people at the event, the Jersey Coaster Adventure, were going to Seaside the next day. And it would have been nice if the events were in sync again.
Yeah, I agree. Hopefully, like I said, in time, we'll see them kind of link up again. But it was just great to have an Ace event back at the park. Like I said, we haven't had a true Ace event in a long time. We had Thrillathon for a couple of years, which was also really, really good. And it seems like they kind of combined the best of both worlds to get us started again with Jersey Coaster Adventure. So if you're an enthusiast, definitely look into joining Ace. But now, unless you guys have any other topics you want to discuss, it's about Q&A time.
I will mention that Playland's Castaway Cove has 3 days coming up where you can get a $20 wristband. It is September 20th from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. That's for the SPCA. And October 11th and 12th, it's their closing, and they have an appreciation from 5 to 9, $20 as many times as you can ride. So if you want to go ride Gale Force, perfect time.
And that is probably the cheapest way you'll get to ride Gale Force, because otherwise you're paying $10 for one ride. So I would definitely take advantage of that.
It's on their calendar. Go look at their calendar on their website.
Brian, anything you wanted to add?
No, the event was pretty good. Honestly, the highlight, this is the sad shape of that park, was looking at dirt. I haven't been to the park that often. I'm more family parks with my daughter, which having a blast. But I cannot believe the state, like Jersey Devil, what they did to it, the programming, destroyed the capacity on that.
Yeah, it's a little rough.
I'm like, this is horrible. What this point, you got to redo the whole thing and just stop the train and everyone get on at the same time. Just redo the whole station. It's.
I'm hoping that's temporary. It sounds like it might be temporary.
Hopefully.
Because if you guys don't know, what happens now with Jersey Devil is, say you have one train in the station, right? Normally you'd be able to have 2 trains in the station, 2 trains on the brakes, or however it would wind up going. But now it is set up where you can only have 1 train in the station at any time, and the train behind that train before the station cannot enter the station until this train is out of the station up the lift hill. So it takes a long time to start loading the train, which is, it's frustrating to say the least.
Are they doing that on any of the other ones, like Wonder Woman? That
As far as I know, no. It's just
So-
Jersey Devil.
so it's a Jersey thing.
We'll see if it
It's
sticks.
like Cedar Fair hated Great Adventure. It's honestly there's so much proof to prove that they've destroyed the park. They really have. Just go to
Brian has very extreme opinions about Great Adventure, which is fair.
Somewhere in
It's
there
fair.
I have my past when I was 5 years old. I've been going to that park. I worked there. I did a year in games, 4 in rides. Like, it's a huge. Anyone in Jersey has always gone there. It's a big thing. To see the state of it is just, it's unbelievable. It's just, how could they do this all in one shot and have no plan really to like build it up, or like shed some light on like, oh yeah, we are thinking about adding thrill rides or getting another family, like a train or another sky ride. Like, I don't know. They've
We got time. I mean, obviously we have the new coaster coming, but I agree. I think we need to see more signs of what's to come, and hopefully that'll come sooner than later, because it definitely.
It could have been staged much better than it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you look at the
But while we're-
construction. Ka could have been there.
Oh,
Goes
it's
around.
not going to touch Cobb at all.
Yeah. So that's like what?
Well, while we're with you, Brian, Lane says hi. She said hi in the chat. She said, my favorite roller coaster is Oscars.
Yes, she does. And honestly, every time we've gone to Sesame Place, it's been open. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's hit or miss." We've had good luck with it.
Oscars is a great ride, too. I love that she's able to ride that, because it's so extreme, too, for a kiddie coaster.
Like, it's really like, why is this ride here? It's a little too much. And no, yeah, she enjoys it. I always bring. That's the nice thing. I get all these nice videos of bring the GoPro there, because Sesame Place you could bring a GoPro on all the rides. So.
Which is
I have
great. I
lifetime
would really
memories
like
of it.
if Six Flags could introduce that to their parks. That'd be excellent. But I
Then
digress.
you'd have so much competition, you might be out of business.
That's fine. If people get to record their memories, I'm happy. Have you been to Kings Island before? We all have. Kings Island is an amazing, amazing park. One of Cedar Fair's best. Honestly, it rivals Cedar Point. Let's see. Are you in your Skyrush seat? I am not. If I was in the Skyrush seat, my back would probably snap, because I just can't sit in it for too long. It's sitting right behind me over there. Let's see. Has anyone known that Rip Ride Rocket closed? Yes, Rip Ride Rocket closed a
What?
couple weeks ago.
So I
No,
can't
really?
ride it when
It
I
did?
go. When I can't ride it when I go down in September.
They're already moving quick with the demo on that thing too.
Oh,
By the time you get
I
there,
down
it'll probably be
it'll
halfway
gone.
gone. Yeah,
I think it
I
will
would-
be gone.
it probably will. Maybe it'll just be the lift hill and that's it.
Yeah, they pulled a screen machine on that thing.
It went
was
lightning
a blink.
fast.
It was like- but hopefully that means they'll start quickly. Oh wait, you got a super chat.
Yes, we did. Thank you, Coaster Dude Nick, for the super chat. Can we get Collywood on Skyscreamer or flat rides? I mean, I've been on them. I've been on every ride at Great Adventure multiple times. I just tend to not ride much when I go anymore. If you guys have noticed, my visits are usually very short. I go in, maybe ride a couple rides. I do a loop around the park to film, get some food, and then I'm usually out of there by noon. That's just kind of how I visit the park now.
Because he's too
He
depressed
actually went
to ride
hiking.
anything.
I did. I went for a hike before the park. Perineville Lake Park. Very, very nice.
Wait. Colin did something other than roller coasters.
I know it's a shock, isn't it?
Shocking.
I had
Shocking.
so
Like
I
you need to buy a
filmed
lottery ticket like this.
I filmed a mystery video, which you guys will see on Tuesday. And after I filmed that mystery video, I had some time before Great Adventure opened, so I figured I'd go for a hike. And it was very nice. Thank you, Ken, for the recommendation.
You're welcome. The
Have
view
you
of New York
watched
City.
the Schwarzkopf documentary yet? Yes, and I highly recommend you all go watch it. A lot of great people worked on that. In fact, a couple members of Field Team 6 were heavily involved in that. Scott from Coaster Force, as well as Chris from the museum. You guys did a great job, as well as Robert and everyone else who worked on the project. came out phenomenal. And if you're a big coaster fan, you like the history side of things, you're going to love that. It's on the American Coaster Enthusiast YouTube channel now.
Oh, we can watch it now.
Yes, it is public now. What Halloween events will you be going to this season? Well, I kind of answered it already, but Great Adventures, Fright Fest, of course, Hershey Park Dark Nights, Dorney Park Haunt, as well as Universal's Halloween Horror Nights, potentially Busch Gardens Hallow Scream as well down in Tampa. We'll see. Let's see.
And wherever Ken takes you.
And wherever Ken takes me, which will probably be many
Where's
places.
Uncle Ken taking you? That's what everyone wants to know.
Well, Lincoln Mill's a definite. I can tell you that for sure. Jared and the whole team at Lincoln Mill, they always put on a great show. Let's see. With the new ride coming to Six Flags, do you think it will boost guest attendance? I hope. It needs to. It definitely needs to. And I think it will. Yes, we do have a super chat. Thank you, New Jersey Collector, for the super chat. Just wanted to say thanks for your vlog where you showed the Ace event. I just joined today, and I look forward to my first Ace event in October at Dorney. That's a great event, too. I kind of wish I mentioned that earlier. Hallow Thriller. It really does kind of show you the full effects of what Dorney Park Haunt has to offer, plus everything else in the park. We'll be there. It's going to be a great, great time. So I'm very happy to hear that you'll be hitting up your first Ace event. That's awesome. Let's see. I think Stardust will beat Alpenfury at the Golden Ticket Awards. So, yeah, actually, that's a good thing to bring up. Who do we think is going to win the Golden Ticket Awards this year? I mean, I definitely think it'll be Stardust, and I think it's well-deserved. Alpenfury and Sirens are phenomenal, but Stardust is on a whole other level.
Who donated more money?
Huh?
Because that's
Ooh.
the Golden tickets kind of go like they're not
I see what
always
you're
like.
This is true.
I think
there will be a lot
Dusty
of
wins.
awards.
Stardust is going to win.
So what gets Best New Attraction? Well, is it Monsters or is it Ministry?
Hey, no spoilers though.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
That's their 23rd.
Okay. Personally, I haven't ridden Ministry, so I can't accurately say. I liked Monsters. I didn't love it. I honestly like Mario Kart more, as crazy as that sounds. So my pick would be Mario Kart. But I know I'm going to get flamed for that. But yeah, Stardust
I'm with you.
easily winning Best New Coaster. As for who wins Best Steel Coaster, Best Wood Coaster, it's probably going to be Phoenix and Fury again. I would be surprised if that changes. But
I'm with you on Mario, except your dad and I still have more coins than you.
But who got the best score on Mario Kart out of the group? Me.
Yeah, but we have more coins than you.
Okay. I'll let you have that one, Darius. Let's see. Do you think that the rides will be relocated to other parks from Six Flags America? I do. I think they're going to take whatever is easiest for them to move. Looking at stuff like the Flyers, the Steam Whirler that they just put in Steamtown, Raging Cajun's another easy one. Anything that's easy to move, they're probably going to move. And they kind of hinted at the Ace event that they're looking into moving rides from Six Flags America here. Nothing official yet. I imagine that we're not going to know for quite a while. But keep an eye out because I have a feeling we will see some stuff.
They didn't really hint at them at anything. They were so vague.
They were very vague. They were very well PR trained. I got to give them
Yeah,
credit.
but like, come on.
Well,
Those are your
intentionally
biggest
vague.
fans.
Yes.
You could have gave a little.
They were intentionally
light into
vague.
that tunnel.
Thank you, F7, for the super chat. Do you think we'll see another wave of repaints? We need to. We definitely need to. I think Nitro is still crying for a repaint,
No,
but I don't think we will.
that's not where they're going to put their money.
And they kind of said it without saying it at the Q&A that it's on the list, but, it's on the list. So there's that.
You're gonna see more stuff come out before repaints.
Probably.
I'm waiting for that wave of rides to come out.
Colin, what is your favorite roller coaster you have been on? That would have to go to Iron Gwazi. After all this time, it's still my number one. Although, OG Lightning Rod, when it was still launched at full speed, it was fully wooden, that will always be right with Gwazi. That was unbelievable.
I don't know, that Pantherion, that thing is insane.
Pantherion is high up for me.
Pantherion, when you have people passing out on the ride in front of you, it just shows
People
you
like
how...
my dad passing out, nonetheless.
Look at me! Look at me!
Yes, the two of them, they were riding together, and my dad kept saying to Ken, "Man, you got to look at me through the turn. You got to see what happens to my face."
You gotta see me when I pass out.
Did any of you guys ride it opening year?
I did not.
I did.
I got to ride it before it got reprofiled.
It was worse back then. You talking about blacking out?
That was the closest I came to blacking out on a ride, and I have very good tolerance with that. And I'm like, holy,
Yeah, you got tunnel vision big time.
yeah, that was like when you came over that, you're like, what? And then just because like looking back at photos, and I'm like, this is what this ride used to be. Holy,
That ride is just insane. It just
Yeah.
you get off it and you're like, how does that even exist? I mean, the only ride I really used to get that feeling on was King of God.
Yeah.
yeah, no,
So-
it's like this doesn't feel like it should be open. Like,
It's something else. Let's see. On August 8th, 2025, very specific, did you refilm on-ride POVs at Six Flags Great Adventure with your ride cinematics? Yes. Did not get every POV refilmed, as a lot of people have already made fun of me for. I did not do Joker, Batman, Mine Train, a couple others. But yeah, we did a lot of filming that day. It was great. And I've also seen a lot of people ask me questions about on-ride filming, and this is pretty much what I've been told to say. They are not able to accommodate many requests at this time because they just do not have enough bodies to be able to actually do it. So again, I'm very thankful to every park that has allowed us to do it this year and in years past. But if you do want to, don't do it illegally, because then you'll probably never be allowed to do it. Reach out and ask. And if they say no, they say no. That's their decision. But the last thing you should do is do it the wrong way, because not only does that then make it more difficult for people like myself to do it the right way, because then they're less likely to accept such inquiries, but you're also just making their job more difficult. You're putting other people at risk, even if you're using the right equipment like a chest mount or a hand mount. It's much better to have them check it and follow their rules. Plain and simple. But supposedly,
Colin.
I am hearing. We gotta go ahead, Darius.
I think it's good to note, like, you've been told no, right? Like all
I
of us
have
have
been
been
told
told
no.
no. It's not,
Yes.
yeah, it's not like they say yes every time. You know, there's probably 10 to 20 asks and there's 5 yeses, right? And it's on
Yeah.
their terms. So I think sharing that process with your fans like helps them put it in perspective. Like, you got to ask a lot and you got to be patient to get your slot. And when you get your slot, you got to be ready, and it's usually not on your terms.
Exactly. And you also need to remember, too, to think about it from their perspective. If they're going to let you come film, right, they're doing it not just to give you what you're asking for, but there also needs to be a benefit for them as well out of it. They're not going to let somebody who doesn't have a following, really, who has maybe 100 subscribers, come and take up the time of 1 or 2 full-time staff members for the day to go and do filming, and then that content gets posted and doesn't really gain any traction. The whole point of it is that they can get promotion out of it. And that's something that's very important to keep in mind. It's not because they don't like you. It's because they're just thinking about it from a business perspective. Anyways, that's my little on-ride rant. Oh, yeah, that does remind me, though. I have been told from people at corporate that meta glasses are kind of starting to be unoutlawed. So if you do have the meta glasses with the cameras, that doesn't mean you can do it. You need to, if you go, you're wearing them, you're supposed to ask first. And if the operators are okay with it, then you're good. This is for Six Flags parks exclusively. This is what I was told. Specifically, this was in mention to Six Flags America. I imagine that it kind of goes across the chain. This is something they're slowly rolling out. So don't expect to get a yes every time, because not everybody knows about it yet. And if you know anything about Six Flags, is that not everyone knows everything right away. It usually takes like a year. It's usually less. But that is something that is very exciting. And the glasses are very, very secure. I mean, obviously, if you wear sunglasses on the ride, you have a strap, you're good. You can't just wear it with no strap, because then you're going to lose it. But keep an eye on that, because that is something that is slowly being rolled out across the chain, which is very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, I don't mean to hijack the show, but I do want to hit home why it's important that we all follow the rules. Like, I've been hit. I think you got hit, Colin.
Yep.
I was
my
just with
phone.
someone in Japan who got hit. Like, we get lucky if you swat a phone out of the way, catch one on the off chance. When you don't get lucky, you get a busted orbital socket or a broken nose that, is split open. Like, getting hit in the phone in the face with a phone at 70 miles an hour does not look like a fun experience. and I'm not saying that any of us do it intentionally, but like I've seen a number of people who have never had a FPV rig or have never rigged a GoPro, for on a ride, and bad things happen. So, I think the parks taking it seriously is a good thing. Hopefully they can be more accommodating with people trying to start their channels and everything, but it really is a be patient and be safe.
100%. I mean, you mentioned getting hit by phones. Not everyone knows this because some of you haven't been following me for that long. But in June 2023, I got hit by a phone on El Toro. It was a pretty good hit, too. I was in the very back row. I was with Sammy. And from a few rows up, we went over one of the airtime hills. It came and bam, slapped me right here. Then kind of shattered a little bit and landed on the floor of the seat. So I grabbed it and I held on to it the whole ride. And then, long story short, they got banned, rightfully so. And security escorted them out right after that. But if that phone didn't hit me here and hit me here, I may not be here doing this right now. So it's very important that people take it seriously because it's no joke, especially on rides that have free lockers. Toro, Flash, there's so many rides out there. Free double-sided lockers in the queue. Please use them. Anyways, that's it for my little rant.
Started
Do you think you got me riled up? Do you think parks prioritize record-breaking coasters too much instead of overall reliability and guest experience? So there's a couple of ways to look at that. Obviously, records can sometimes be needed for the sake of marketing. That's become kind of less and less important, especially in this decade where there's been a lot of a focus on family coasters more than anything else. But you also need to look at it again from the reliability and guest experience standpoint, where if you're going to spend $20+ million on an attraction, you need to be able to guarantee that it's going to be around for the long haul and it's not going to be a headache for you. And I think that's something that parks are starting to look at more and more. They're kind of sticking to those tried and true manufacturers. We're seeing less parks kind of branch out and do outlandish things like we saw 2 decades ago, even a decade ago, which, kind of sucks for the sake of innovation in the industry because we used to see so many cool things happening all the time. And that's not really the case anymore. But I do think that now in a time where, your investments need to be calculated much more carefully, given how much it's really worth at the end of the day, that it makes sense for them to kind of move away from the record-breaking coasters and go more towards reliable and guest experience focused rides. But we're seeing that be thrown out of the window with the new one at Great Adventure. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see. But anyone else have any thoughts on that one?
And like parks do, but again, it's more the marketing of like, hey, this looks flashier on that one because you gotta have a quick headline. In today's day and age, you're not gonna have a full sit down minute commercial or YouTube ad or whatever. People's attention span, they're like, no, I need 5 seconds. You need to grab something. Oh wow, world's tallest this or that. All right, let's do this. Like you need something quick, short. So they're gonna go for some kind of record. Granted, again, long term, it's not. I'd rather see a decent ride that is going to be fun to ride multiple times and be really thrilling. But I don't need the world's tallest. Like, build a decent Giga Coast. Like, what they're building, if it is what we all think it is, what Great Adventure's getting, it's like, come on. Like, you could have built a really nice Giga Coaster there and blew us out of the park and had good capacity and there's a super chat.
Yes, and you got to cut you off real quick. Thank you, F7, for the super chat. Do you think the Golden Kingdom will be abandoned after the new coaster opens since Cosplot won't be used? And what should Cosplot be used for? So I think it's kind of becoming very obvious to you guys, if you're following the construction along now, that it is in fact not touching Cosplot at all. It is running behind it and then next to it. It's not touching Cosplot. So the station obviously is going to be right next to the boardwalk, so they're not going to be needing to use the Golden Kingdom. To me, the Golden Kingdom looks like it's probably going to become the new Old Country, in the sense that it's going to sit there for a little while, abandoned, so to speak, while they figure out exactly what they're going to do with it and only opening when they need it. Old Country was closed ever since pretty much Chiller closed and didn't reopen for 10 years after that, really, until Justice League opened. And the only time they used it was for like Fright Fest mazes and stuff like that, which is kind of what we're seeing happen to the Golden Kingdom already, where we cannot access it during regular park hours, and there's probably going to be a little portion of it open for Fright Fest so you can access Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and that's about it.
That's the walkway. The walkway, they'll open, you'll walk up, go through there, and then the new shoot you out by, was it Trick or Treat?
Yes, but I would imagine that you'll be able to walk up the wild walkway to get to the entrance of Chainsaw Massacre. That's because that's where it was originally.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll have the bathrooms open too, since you'll be in that area. We'll see.
I don't think that's too far away.
It could be. It definitely could be.
I think it's literally just going to be there for the haunt maze.
But keep in mind too that Fright Fest always brings such a large influx of crowds, and if you're cutting off such a major portion of the park, you might need to open up more foot space, more pathways and things of that nature to contain what will hopefully be a large crowd. But as for what it's going to wind up becoming, no, I believe me. I get it. I mean, I'm expecting not much.
Ain't opening that.
We'll see. But as for the rest of the Golden Kingdom, I'm assuming that we're going to see a full redevelopment happen back there, hopefully sooner than later. There's so much space back there between Cosplot, where Rolling Thunder used to run, all Zumanjaro's Q space. There's a lot there, and I really do hope they make good use of it at some point. We'll see.
There's also the Tiger area.
All of Ballin's, well, what was Ballin's Jungle Land, plus that whole enclosure next to the whatever that new shop is called. It's changed names like 3 times this year. It was Fright Fest Fanatics, but back there, that's all kind of just sitting there now.
I don't think it's going to be the Golden Kingdom ever again.
No.
I don't know.
The hope would be a jungle expedition if they would retheme it to something like that, because then you could revamp like, oh, it's not Golden Kingdom, it's a whole new, and hopefully down the like whenever they have their expansion, like actually build that out to what it should be.
I agree. Let's see. For the change in leadership at Six Flags, you think there might be a chance that Great Adventures New Coaster has a chance of opening in 2026? I would say yes if we saw a full cleaning of the house in the executive leadership, which we're not seeing. It's just Zimmerman. There's still the COO, there's still the CFO, and everyone else up top. And they're probably, I mean, everyone blames Zimmerman for what they want to see as him doing. It's not always Zimmerman's fault. There's a lot of other people who make decisions at the company where, you know, it's not just him. And I think a lot of people forget about that. So people think that him leaving is going to save the company. It's not going to change that much unless there's a lot more that changes on the executive leadership level, which we'll have to wait and see about. As for this, I mean, I know that everyone from Legacy Cedar, they're the ones holding on to this idea that you have to open a new coaster right when the park opens for the season. Otherwise, it's a wash. You got to push it to next year. I don't agree with that logic per se. I say you should aim for that, but there's no reason to delay a coaster if it's not going to be open, you know, for May or April or anything like that. If it opens in July, it's fine. Look at Alpenfury. That opened in July, and it's pulling crazy crowds into Canada's Wonderland, and it's going to continue to pull crazy crowds in. So we'll see. I hope they do open it in 2026.
It's not going to. Let's be real. It's not going to open in 2026. They're going to hold it to 2027. They're not going to be like, oh, we said it was this, but we're going to pull it back early. They're not going to pull it back early.
We'll see.
Because they would have a pass sale. They're going to market it as to like, hey, buy a pass. You'll be able to ride it next year. They're not going to.
Well, let's say it opens in July or August. You could then pull a new MVP sale out and be like, hey, buy a pass. You get to ride this coaster this year, and you get to come back next year. Something like that.
I still think we won't see it till 2027.
I'm just wishful thinking.
I know.
So apparently there's Blue Track at the B&M plant in Ohio. I have seen it. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's for the presumed family invert at SeaWorld San Antonio, which would be kind of weird for them to get another blue coaster because they just opened a blue coaster. But I mean, it is what it is. It's cool though.
They don't have like, because what San Diego has like a weird thing. They have to do the coasters blue or something with the city to blend in.
I think they do.
But San Antonio doesn't have that, right? It's not like
no. I mean, they have Steel Eel, which is bright yellow and bright purple.
Like repainted that. So, all right, so that would like you cross that off of being like, oh, it has to be that.
I guess they just like blue coasters there, because every coaster at that park is blue except for Steel Eel and Texas Stingray.
Is it dark blue or light blue?
It's kind of like, how do I describe it? It's kind of light blue, like Orion blue almost. Periwinkle. It's like Orion blue, I'd say. Would you rather see more family-friendly coasters built, or should parks keep chasing extreme thrill rides? I mean, obviously, I'm going to say extreme thrill rides, but if you look at it from a business perspective, those don't always make the most sense. what I think parks should really start doing on this side of the ocean is the kind of package deals. Vekoma has really been doing a good job with this. Same with Zamperla, but Vekoma to a more extreme degree, where you have an extreme thrill coaster bundled with a family coaster, and you put it all together in one package. We've seen that with, I believe, there's a family boomerang and an STC. I think that might have actually been for Hallzuber I might be wrong. One of the ones over there, they get an extreme coaster with the family coaster, and they blend together beautifully. And I would love to see that happen over here because I'd imagine you get a nice discount if you buy them both together and it kind of intertwined, which, I mean, it's a no-brainer if you ask me.
So wait, we're getting something else?
I hope. Hey, I would love to see a mock extreme spinner and a little mock family spinner.
But I think the Vekoma, like, there needs to be a boom of Vekomas. After, you know, like, you've ridden Siren's Curse, I haven't, and I've heard great things about that. Riding Flash, and then I was up in New Hampshire, got to ride, was it Midnight Flyer? How insanely smooth and comfortable these are, as, like, I really hope Vekoma takes over the States the next couple of years. Building family ones, kids ones, and even let's get the mega, you know, like start building bigger thrill ones. Like you said, get a package. You could buy that kiddie one and a thrill coaster all in one.
And they're all very good quality rides.
Yeah. It's crazy how smooth they are.
Like glass.
Yeah. So, but I would lean just for me and my daughter more family friendly ones, but that's just my lifestyle now.
But then, you know, if you get the whole family to go, you get the daughter on family coaster, then someone watches her while you go ride the big thrill coaster that both opened right next door. So it's a win-win.
But most of the time it's me and my daughter going, so like I don't have that option.
Fair.
Hey, Colin, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Now you can.
Let's see.
Okay. Hey, I wanted to tie that question and a previous question together, which was about like record setters. One of the things that that's interesting about this shift to family coasters is it's not even just about the demographic they're trying to appeal to. Think of like adjacencies, think of bridges, think of things that like other people build at the magnitude of some of these record-breaking coasters. And like coasters are at the point where these large structures, in some cases, exceed that of like civil engineering. And so I think it's always at this point going to be a struggle to get bigger and bigger roller coasters versus family coasters when like large mega projects aren't even nearing the size, in some cases, of things like Falcon's flight.
True.
Right? But at the same time, it's really hard to build 5, potentially 600 and 700 foot structures. There aren't a lot of companies who can actually do it. Like you need a crane operator who can operate at that scale at a price that you're willing to tolerate. And they're not even doing it for civic projects or civil projects. And so how is a amusement park going to afford it?
Very true.
Very good point.
Well, with all that, I'm like left speechless. I'll move on to my dad's question, which is about Keensburg.
Said I sucked the air out of the room. Jeez.
I was amazed. What would each of you do with the park if you had the opportunity? Now, Darius, I don't think you've ever been there, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Did I lose Darius? I think so.
I feel like he's going in and out.
Oh, is he back?
What was the question?
Have you ever been to Keensburg? Yeah. You have. Okay. So
I have not.
You,
it's on my list. Oh. No, I've not.
Okay. So myself, Brian, and Ken, I know in one way or another have spent quite a bit of time there. I'll start with you, Brian, because obviously your daughter's at the age where Keensburg works very well for her ride
like
needs.
A home park at this point.
Exactly. So what would you do with the park if you were given the keys to the kingdom?
I had it. First, I would have tried to got Switchback because I think that would have been a really good addition to that. But if not, I would definitely put another family thrill. Vekoma, some kind of Vekoma. Just knowing the infrastructure over there, you're not really going to do any kind of launch coaster.
Family
Although,
boomerang.
Yeah, family boomerang would be nice. But honestly, if the rumors are true and the American Dream is getting rid of Sandy's, I'd put Sandy's there. Sandy's in a heartbeat. That would do so well there.
Except for the power demand.
Well,
Imagine.
that's the only other thing. The town power grid is not the greatest. But other than that, a couple more flat. They have a pretty good, maybe one or two more thrilling flat rides because the kids and family rides are really great. And honestly, not to like plug the park, but like if you have, it's so cheap to go there. Just because you look at the ticket prices, like the kids rides are 1 to 3 tickets per ride. The other ones are 4 to 6. The coaster is 6 tickets, and like the ticket packages are cheaper than Point Pleasant. So it's like, I don't know. If you haven't gone to Keansburg, go because it's a nice little night. There's usually never ever lines, and like me and my daughter, we usually go in the morning. In the first half hour, it's just me and her, and you get because how they do the kids ride. There's like 3 attendants that bump between rides. And you get a personal escort to just go to each ride, whatever ride she wants. Like we have the whole thing to ourselves for the first half hour. It's awesome.
I was just there last week. I had a great time. It's always a fun time. I mean, I grew up there, so getting to go back was cool. Ken, if you had control over Keansburg, what would you do?
I would immediately bring back the dark ride that disappeared from Sandy Kane.
Yep.
I mean, they had a TV show on, I think it was Discovery Channel, where they actually rebuilt one of the cars.
Wow.
That Restoration America show rebuilt one of the cars to show them how to do it, and they were supposed to redo all the other ones and get that thing going again, and that just hasn't happened. And the haunted house they moved away.
I loved the haunted house. I was petrified of it, but it's sad. You can still see exactly where it was sitting too.
But
one of those right next to it is one of those tornado rides now.
Yeah, which is funny because you can actually see it says Malibu Jacks on it. So I guess that's where they bought it from.
Yeah, they bought it for somewhere down south, I think.
Florida.
My inside information to the park, they bought it from somewhere down south.
That would probably be where it came from.
And they also have to integrate the water park more into the regular park because it's 2 separate.
They feel very different.
So
I don't think the town would let them build a bridge. That's the only issue.
Yeah.
The town, honestly, again, the town is out to get them. That park, the big parking lot.
Oh, the town does not want them there anymore.
They want them out. They want to put all these luxury condos, shopping, all this stuff. They think if they get all this, they're going to clean up. It's like the town is nice as is. And if you put housing there, what are the kids going to do? Kids need something to do, or they're just going to do drugs. Like, come on. like you need some entertainment. At least if they're going on rides.
And the park is great entertainment.
The arcade, whatever. I don't.
It definitely can be cleaned up. That's for sure. But I think with the right amount of money and determination, you could do it and turn it into another Jenkinson's.
Yeah. But again, with the town just trying to... Because if they rip that parking lot to the left, he's done. That's the nail in the coffin.
Maybe they're going to get a spinner.
Maybe. But enough about Keansburg, because I know most of you probably have no idea what we're even talking about. Check it out, though.
This
it's
is your thing.
Right off Route 36.
Keansburg. They have go-karts. They're fun.
Very fun.
I think it's fun if you're a little kid.
Yes. Are you going to try and get out to Lost Island in Iowa in the future? I want to. I was originally planning to do that this year, but then trip plans kind of got tossed around a little bit. Hopefully next year, we'll see. I definitely want to get there, though. That's a priority. That whole upper Midwest area, it's kind of the last piece of the country I haven't really checked out yet.
Lost Island looks like a great park.
It does.
And I feel like that park might not... I hear it's always empty. It's like, how much longer does that have before?
Yeah, that's what
how are they making money? Because every time, and I'm like, that's what my big trip next year is Iowa. I'm like, hands down, I'm getting to that park next year. I am going there just before, because I could see that in the next couple of years, if they don't get people, there's no way they're going to be able to function.
It's got that Hard Rock Park kind of feeling.
Oh, God. Don't even
get Brian started.
I feel like that might have been an after stream when I really got into that.
Yeah. Let's see. Hello. I'm watching while riding the train at Cedar Point. I love the train at Cedar Point.
Yeah, but
Very, very nice
what is he
ride.
riding now at this point? Because
Yeah, what are you in line for like Siren's Curse or something now?
Yeah, at
You
this
take the
point,
train to the front, to
there's
the
no
back?
way he's just been sitting on the train for that long. Whenever this comment was commented.
That was at 8:22. We're now at 9:09. So, I mean, Cedar Point might even be closed. No, they're probably open until 10.
Yeah, I would think they're not a Six Flags park. They're going to be open late.
True, not a real Six Flags park. Let's see.
It's cold out right now. I mean, I can't believe it feels like fall right now.
Oh,
It does.
I love
It's
it though.
beautiful.
This is so nice. I don't know. I'm ready for Halloween. I'm ready for the haunts. I'm ready. That's what I can't wait for Halloween Horror. Like I got the RIP tour. I'm going all out when I go down there.
I was gonna say you have to do the RIP tour because
I'm doing
otherwise
it.
Does Express not cut it?
it's not like the RIP tour. You know.
Okay.
You get a personal tour guide that's going to take you to each house. You cut the line. They give you backstory. They're going to take you. You get at the show. What is the big show? Or the big show? You get for a line to that. So I'm ready for that.
They take you to all these
I'm
hidden
bringing my
bars
poncho,
along the
too.
way.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
you
one
stop
bar.
at all
There's
the
one bar
scary-
that's up on the top, and you can watch the street and see all the
It's
haunt
by
actors.
Jimmy Fallon, I think. Right by Jimmy Fallon or
Yeah,
something. You go
yep.
up. Yeah. Oh, I have everything. I got all my drinks. I got everything lined up. I'm ready to go.
Brian's ready to go, man. He's very prepared.
Ready to go.
I will say it's a long night, so
Oh, I
Be
know.
prepared.
2 a.m. I know. I've prepared. I'm ready for this.
do not go to the park during the day the same day you try to do that.
Oh,
I've
because
done it,
I
and-
haven't been to islands in a while, so there's a couple rides I still haven't ridden. So my plan is to rope drop it, do a couple rides, then go back because then we're going to we're staying at Hard Rock. So I'm gonna take a nap and then come in for the preview hour, whatever, 1 at 3 o'clock. You get
Yeah.
back in. So I'll take a little power nap after because I haven't been on Green Gots. The last time I was there, Transformers, I missed the opening by a week. So
Wow.
I missed a couple, and I want to get on Fast and Furious because that ride's going to go. So I'm like, I might as well ride it before it actually goes, as bad as it is.
It's awful.
I know, but I still want to. I'm excited for the queue. Everyone says the queue is the best part.
The queue is really cool. I would walk through the queue and then just not ride the ride.
Well, I want to ride just to be like, yeah, I did it. All right.
Fair.
I have seen videos of Art the Clown walking around, and I must say it is pretty.
Yeah.
Have you
It's
seen? I
disturbing.
still got to watch Terrifier 3. I've only seen 1 and 2. I got to watch 3 before I go down.
I have not seen any of them.
Oh god, the
I know.
most goriest movies ever.
Yeah, kids, don't watch Terrifier.
Yeah, if you're under 21, don't watch Terrifier.
So I shouldn't watch it. By your
Well,
logic.
you're going through the house at that point. I don't right.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter.
Are you gonna wear a poncho or no? Because I plan to kind of. I'm like, I should bring a poncho.
Why do you need a poncho?
You haven't heard? You get wet.
I don't need to hear anymore. I'll bring a poncho.
You didn't like that was the big thing. Like I'm trying not again. I don't really want spoilers of HHN, but that's like someone showed they're reeling a poncho cart right out front the house, so they'll sell you ponchos before you get into it.
Wow.
It's probably just water.
Well, yeah, that's what they said. It's water. It's not gonna stain anything, but like in the moment, you're like, what?
You just ruined it.
It's not ruining anything. Me, if who doesn't want
Now
spoilers,
you get to
knows
give
that
one
much.
epic universe in college.
Yeah, now I got to spoil monsters for you. Well, anyways, before we get more spoilers out, we talk about your 2027 Great Adventure prediction. I mean, I'm pretty confident in it. I think the only thing that might change from what I built in Planet Coaster is the tower might be moved up more, meaning closer to the park, because I don't know that it'll have that full launch section. But otherwise, I'm pretty confident in that. I don't think that'll be the color scheme. At least I hope it's not. I would love to see like a lighthouse. I think that'd be super cool, honestly. But we'll have to wait and see. Probably gonna be waiting a little bit.
I'm pretty sure the design team is watching yours and be like, we have to paint it this color, so it's gonna be painted your color. Hollywood said it. We got to do it.
I hope not.
Come on, now. We know that there'll be flat ride. We'll get flyers from America.
Hopefully. Do you know what the theming is? It'll be Boardwalk. I would almost guarantee it'll be Boardwalk. Also builds a Lego car. That is awesome. That is really cool, actually.
The question is, does it work or is it just like a model of it?
If it worked, I'd be mind blown.
Well, that's what I'm interested in. Also, one that does Legos with his daughter and has a whole Lego table down here. That
Yeah. True. Let's see. Ooh, if you could go back in time and ride any defunct coaster, what would it be? Can I ride Ka again? I'd probably go with either Volcano or Hypersonic, or actually Dodonpa too.
I'm going with two answers. I got Son of Beast, because I never made that, and I'd like to actually get on that. And I'd ride Scream Machine again, just because that ride is just amazing. Or was amazing.
I would say Scream Machine or Chiller, but I've ridden coasters that are so similar to both that I'd rather ride something that's completely unlike anything I've ever done.
Scream
And
Machine
Volcano,
is...
Hypersonic, and Dodonpa, they're very, very different than anything I've ever done.
You haven't ridden... You've ridden Volcano, no, or no?
No, I never got on. I saw it. I missed it by like a couple months.
Well, that counts as a credit, though, right?
Well, yeah, if I saw it, I mean, that's a
You
credit
looked
to
at it,
me.
You were there.
Yeah.
Younger
You know
Ken
people
wants
count
Rolling
that.
Thunder back.
Rolling Thunder.
Yeah.
Another coaster is Soaring with Dragon. Wait, no, it's not Soaring with Dragon. It's Eagle's Fortress. That's what it was at Everland.
Oh yes, yes.
The most insane aero suspended coaster ever.
Terrain.
Yeah, that I would have liked to have ridden. There's a lot out there.
Even Big Bad Wolf. I missed that. That would have been fun.
Yeah,
The original Big Bad Wolf with that drop.
I'm sure it was a lot better than the new one. I didn't really care for the new one.
Yeah, but again, why? I don't know. You can't take the name. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's a slap in the face to fans.
At least they have Pantheon.
Yep.
That ride is wonderful.
Let's see.
With one train, not so wonderful.
Yes. Hey, Colin, did you see they put some theming in the Snake River Falls plot, and the boats say snakes and sunflowers? I wouldn't read into it too much, honestly. I don't think they're putting anything there yet. I mean, it is Cedar Point. They just get money thrown at them. But
Yeah, they're getting a new coaster. What are you talking about? What's the fancy SNS thing that spins?
oh,
the
the
new-
Axis?
Yeah, it's an Axis coaster going right there.
Yeah, that'd be
Right now.
cool, actually.
They're getting it. That's their baby. That's the Six Flags Chains baby, and it's getting an Axis coaster in its plot. And right
Did
there,
that Axis coaster ever open?
No, not yet. Not
yeah,
yet.
they're building it in India, right? Isn't it a mall in India? Was getting one of them.
Yeah, I think it's. Is it? I think it's Saudi Arabia. I forget. It's somewhere in the Middle East, I believe. Anyways, though, when is your next visit to Texas? I have no idea. I'll probably wind up there. Maybe for when Coda opens. I might try to do that. We'll see. Kind of forgot about Coda. Do you think Shellraiser will reopen? Maybe. I mean, it looks like it's getting close. There's a train on the track, from what I understand. Brian's. Wow, we got a lot of hope.
No, I'm just saying because like what was the Seaside Screams? I ended up going there and it had a train on the track.
Okay, yeah, I guess
There's a
that's
train in
fair.
the station, so I'm just saying like I wouldn't go off that since it's been sitting since June? That was back in June.
It's been sitting since January of 2024.
But I'm
I
saying there
believe.
was a train on the track since June.
Right.
So to be like, oh, there's a train in the station. It's like, it's been there.
It's fair.
So wait, did you say they're getting rid of Sandy's?
That's the leading rumor right now.
But this is what you believe it or whatever. I don't know. Someone posted they went to the town hall meeting of the town, and the mall said they're getting rid of Sandy's. For I don't know the reasoning, but they said they were getting rid of it.
I hope not.
It's
I
a
love
good ride.
Sandy's.
Besides, what it shakes your brain, but like,
It's
just
not
that's
as
a
bad as
foundation.
Shellraiser.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying that's a foundation issue. If they didn't screw that up.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. A lot of people talking about what they think Cedar Point's going to get.
Access. I'm calling it now.
I don't know about that one. Hot take: Skyrush has good airtime, but is very overrated. I mean, I don't know how well it's talked about at this point, because I know a lot of people were very mixed on the new restraints. I like them for the most part, but I do kind of miss when it was that. I mean, it's still a phenomenal ride, though. Yeah, I could sit on Skyrush every day. I just need a restraint now, and I got to have someone stand there and just shove it into my thighs so I can remember what it felt like. But no, I think it's still a fairly well-rated ride. It's not overhyped, in my opinion.
It
It's
has
just
good
weird
airtime.
at this
It's
point.
insane airtime.
Yeah, it was ridiculous airtime. Steel El Toro. Oh, here's an interesting one. Retheme Superman Island to a flying theme similar to Aeronautical Landing. Retheme Superman, new coaster, add flat rides, restaurants. So my plan, right, what I wanted them to do before all of this is I wanted that whole area to be rethemed to McGuire Air Force Base. Because McGuire, if you guys aren't familiar, very close to the park. That's why you always see all those military aircrafts flying over the park so low, because McGuire is very nearby. And I always thought Superman, you could retheme it to the right stuff, Mach 1,
Yeah,
you know,
Mach
kind of
1
pay
was such a good
homage
theme for that.
to what was right next door in the giant simulator building. You could retheme Green Lantern to Shockwave and kind of give it like an airplane theme, right? And just add like a whole bunch of flat rides. And instead of demoing the parachute tower, you could have kept it and let it stand, you know, idle and put like a restaurant around the base of it or something like really unique that you wouldn't see at any other park. There's just so much I really wish we could have saw happen there. Superman at this point, I would love to see it go and let's get like a nice big tilt coaster over there or something. I think that'd be awesome for, you know, as you're walking into the park, you just have this massive ride that most people have never seen anything like it before. That would be awesome.
I don't think like I think Superman's gonna stay. The Mach 1 theming is perfect. Like theme it to that. You can even partnership with McGuire and maybe get some props, whatever. Almost like how Iron Menace got some props put in its queue from the steel mill.
Yep.
I think a tilt, like if you're putting a tilt in the parking lot, you're getting people to stop and stand in the parking lot and watch it. You want people to walk through the gate. Put it in Daredevil Dies plot because you can have it drop right in that midway and then come out and through, and then the rest of the ride behind the Mach 1 old building. That's where tilt's got to go. Because then you'll get everyone there in the park already, and then you get to stand there and watch it drop.
I feel that whole area needs to be
move the entrance. Move the entrance over that way.
They could. Although that would make the right side of the park feel gigantic. Let's see. What is the best flat ride at Great Adventure right now? That's a good question because all my favorites are gone. Quite honestly, I mean, if it wasn't Zumanjaro, it was Twister. If it wasn't Twister, it was Cyborg. I like Cyborg. I know it's unpopular. I don't like Wonder Woman very much, so I'm not going to say Wonder Woman. What's left?
And you gotta go Justice League.
I don't even like Justice League much anymore.
But I'm just saying, what else? Like
Joust about.
Bumper cars? Like what?
I'm like I'm
what,
struggling to think of something.
Because, well, Wonder Woman's not.
Does Lodsman
right
count?
Now. But that's not operating.
That's true. That's not operating.
Are you physically operate like you can go this
Houdini. Actually, Houdini's a good pick. Houdini's still. I mean, it's not as well themed as it used to be, but it's still the best themed ride in the park, besides maybe Justice League and Dark Knight. How dare you? Yeah, I guess I'd say Houdini now.
I can go in Justice League.
Okay. Ken, what about you?
The best flat ride.
Oh, Giant Wheel too. I love Giant Wheel. I know it's not like thrilling, but I just enjoy it.
Yeah, but flat rides are usually also.
Skyscreamer.
Skyscreamer? Yeah, Skyscreamer's up there too.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah. The tallest ride in the park.
There's just so little rides, it's easy to forget what's there.
Colin, do you think they will install a Kingda Ka Memorial? I'm leaning towards... After things I've been hearing, I think we could. I think we're more likely to see it now than we were a year ago. I think they've kind of realized that they messed up, and they want to honor that ride a little bit.
They have it. It's in the queue for Flash. That big coffin they have.
Well, they also still have one inside Six Flags Universe, that giant banner on the wall with Ka and Toro. That's still there. They did scrape Ka out of it. I think we'll see something. I don't think they'll just ignore it. We're going to see it go in the Safari more than likely anyway. So that kind of counts.
But going back to the earlier question is, are they going to build anything where Kingda Ka was? I think they left the footers there. And it's going to be hard to build anything there if those big footers from Kingda Ka are still there.
It looks like they, for the most part, got rid of them.
No, the tower footer's there.
Tower footer is still there.
That, and you're not removing that. That's a huge job to remove that one.
That's true.
So they could build around that. I honestly could see them, like, when they eventually do build something in that plot, like almost how like Banshee has the Son of Beast flame. I could see that happening, but once they build up that area, and
Yeah, it's not going to be with this one.
Yeah, no, that's probably a 5-year down the road when if they spend the money. This is also a big if they dump money into the park or not. If they do rebuild that area, then I can see something like, oh, maybe some kind of little statue or whatever they want to do.
Yeah, I can see that. Let's see.
Has there been any Spider of Doom sightings this year?
I don't think so. I hope not. Although I am still, I won't be surprised if Slingshot and the go-karts get removed. That would not surprise me.
I'm shocked go-karts are still there. How do they make money off those things? Like, who really does them?
Usually they're not open. They're usually the first rides to get cut.
I'm just saying, but like even when they're open, I'm like, I don't ever see anyone over there. Like, even this is before all the rides came out.
True.
The last time we did it was just the screen break because it was included with your ticket. It's like, all right, let's do it.
That was great.
I'll have to say the park has been more crowded lately.
I think with the weather getting better and less hot.
They're getting better. I think that the lowering of
MVP sale.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely helping.
You lose half the rides, you can't disperse the crowd, so it's gonna be crowded.
So the park feels more crowded.
Yeah. So
In
I
addition
think it could be
to
the same people. It's just where do they go at this point?
the IROC operating procedures slowing down operations. Some rides more than others.
Devil.
Yeah, I think Jersey Devil, Justice League, and Dark Knight probably have been the most impacted.
If anyone from corporate is watching this, or anyone, just like change Jersey Devil's programming back. Seriously, like I'm just like it's horrible waiting in that line now. It's absolutely horrible.
Yeah, it's a little rough.
And like we're enthusiasts. I don't know how I would love to hear a regular GP's opinion. Like, how did you enjoy waiting and just watching a train sit there, and finally coming in when the other one, goes up? Like it's got.
So they can't even do 3 trains now.
No,
Not with that setup.
So you've completely killed the capacity on it.
Well, we'll see. Like I said, it might be temporary.
Can only hope.
Colin, when you went on King Ka for the last time ever, what did you feel at that moment? Well, I don't want to say too much because Brian's going to make fun of me. But
Well, you do you, boo boo. I don't.
I was in tears. It was very sad. It was very sad. And there's a lot of like full circle moments too. If you watch back to that vlog from the final day, I used my Apple Watch to record my audio, and you can hear me sniffling pretty much the whole time. It was rough. I mean, that was the coaster that really did it for me. I kind of kicked this all off, and it was beyond sad. It's like lose. Well, that's a little bit of a stretch. It's hard to explain. I was gonna say it's like losing your childhood pet. That's a little different, but similar emotions. Which coaster from this year do you think is a standout coaster? I mean, it's obviously Stardust, but if we're talking besides that, I say it's like neck and neck between Siren's Curse and Alpine Fury. I still can't decide which one I like better. I might lean a little towards Alpine Fury, but then I watch POV of Sirens and I'm reminded of how good that ride is. So it's like, I don't know.
Sirens was just such a fun ride.
It just knocked my socks off.
Just like bouncing you around there like a dolphin. It's
just constantly getting tossed out of your seat. And Alpine Fury is amazing too.
And the sound on the trains.
It's
Alpine
tough to
Fury
describe.
is insane.
Yeah,
I couldn't choose.
it's tough. It's very tough. Let's see. Will Batman the Ride get some treatment like Great American over Georgia? I really hope so, because I've done both this year now, and I got to fully walk through the queue of Great Americas, and it looks so good now. So I really hope we get that at Great Adventure. That'd be awesome. Will we see another RMC iBox in the future? If we're talking ground up, I think eventually. But in terms of conversions, they kind of converted most of the Woodies they were going to do, I think. I can't really think of many others that would need it or get it. And it seems like the iBox model in general just hasn't had the same staying power as it used to anymore. It seems like they ran their course and now parks are looking at other things. I mean, they haven't been without their issues. I know there's been structural issues with a lot of them just because the nature of having such a insane ride with the forces those pull with a wooden structure, you're going to run into some issues. That's why something like Airy Force is probably going to last forever because it has that all steel structure. I hope we do, though. I still think that Busch Gardens Williamsburg should have built a giant ground up RMC iBox where they put Big Bad Wolf. Mm-hmm. I'm still salty about that. But I think there's a lot of parks that could use that in their lineup. Honestly, Great Adventure would do well with one. I mean, it's a little similar to El Toro, but hey, another elite coaster is another elite coaster.
Yeah, but if you make it inversion heavy.
That's true. Make it all about inversions, it would be very different.
That makes it different with El Toro, because that's whenever the rumors come out, like, oh, El Toro is going to get RMC converted.
No.
Or El Toro is what, 48-inch height requirement?
Yes.
So you are a step-up coaster. Kid might not be, doesn't like the inversions yet. So that's a good stepping one that doesn't have inversions. That's crazy intense. I again, if they ever converted it, they can't put inversions on that. The ground up, like Airy Force, that would do well. Something more inversion heavy, and the structure's going to last.
Dueling.
Honestly, the plot's kind of open now.
It's wide open now.
Honestly, that should be the next move to fill Ka's plot. Make a nice dueling, full steel RMC.
I'd be cool with that.
But again, are they going to drop that kind of money? Like, come on. We're not Cedar Point,
It's true.
If Fun Spot Atlanta could do it.
That's the great. You go there and you're like, this place built this? What? Like, did they win the lottery and just dump it all on this? Like, how did they afford it? Or did they, like, put a 30-year payment plan on it? And, like, we're going to pay it in 30 years.
It's paid off, as far as I know. It is fully paid off.
But everyone flocked down there.
Yeah.
But, like, it's just crazy to think, like...
Yeah.
It's like if Keensburg built that. That's what I joke. I'm like, this is the equivalent of Keensburg had built Airy Force.
There you go. There's our addition.
That's what I'll do.
That's what they need. They need Airy Force.
Do you think Great Adventure will get a Giga after the 2027 coaster? No. I don't think that'll be their next move. Believe me, I love Gigas. I think they're great. And I think Great Adventure would do well with one in the lineup, but that's just not where I see the next step being. Especially as we see the upper echelon of Cedar Fair / Six Flags leadership get jumbled around a bit. The people that were addicted to Gigas are going to probably be gone.
I don't think the park really needs a Giga, though. Like, I think
we
so many
need
other gaps.
We need
a dueling coaster.
Yeah.
You need like, there's so many other gaps in the lineup that, like, you don't need the Giga.
We need a 400-foot strata coaster again.
Oh, yeah. Shuttle, too. Shuttle. That's the key. Yeah. Shuttle. I think Panthetherion another shuttle
is the Giga version of Maverick. Yeah, Panthetherion is if Maverick and Millennium Force had a baby. That's what Panthetherion is. It's ridiculous, but it's amazing. Better than both of them. Funny you say that, Josh, because we were pretty much just saying that. Let's see. What's up, Jameer? Any chance this coaster has a back spike? Absolutely not. If you look at the footers, there's no shot. No shot at all.
Unless they're going to start building a new footer, there's no way.
No way. Let's see. Is Great Adventure's massive land underutilized, or do you think theming improvements would bring better guest satisfaction, higher revenue? I mean, both are really important, but I do think that, and this is a problem that runs deep in Great Adventure's history, that the layout of the park has been so badly done, especially on the side of El Toro and the boardwalk. The way it's laid out is just so wasteful of space because the park is huge, but honestly, it doesn't feel that huge because of the way everything's set up. And there's so many dead spots of just stuff that is nothing. That's why I still firmly believe that the boardwalk and all that should just be completely leveled, ground zero, and just redo it from the ground up, because with the way it's set up now, I mean, I don't know. That's just how I feel about it.
So are you saying bulldoze it and make a new boardwalk, or make something completely different?
Make something completely different. I hate the boardwalk theme, but that's just me.
I think they should go more the theming improved because, or at least, was it villains and heroes? That was a huge success.
Oh, it was
They like,
awesome.
and I think you need more entertainment. Build another stunt show. Have another I know it's staffing, and I know pyrotechnics in the month. Like I get the budget aspect of why they don't do it, but that was a huge. They overshot their prediction numbers with that. So it's
Which is awesome.
that's amazing. They were shocked how the turnout for that. So hopefully that going forward we'll get more stuff like that to be hey, the people want this kind of theming and kind of you'll bring in more people with this.
Absolutely.
That magician show was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
It did look amazing the way Frontier City had a magician show when you were there.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. Blue ice cream is back at Wonderland in August. July is Canada's Day, and that's why they switched it to red ice cream when you were there. Well, that explains everything, Ken.
The red velvet.
I don't like red velvet, so I was very upset that they didn't have the blue ice cream while I was there. What are the chances of a mock spinner in your opinion? I think I've made it pretty clear. Can you please explain about the SpongeBob show they had? Well, I'll leave this to Brian, because Brian had a lot more experience with the simulator building than I ever did. Yeah.
And somewhere I actually have 3D glasses still from it, I think.
So what was the order of the shows they had? It started with Right Stuff, and then didn't they have a dinosaur one?
Yes, it is.
SpongeBob goggles right here.
There's a SpongeBob.
It was Right Stuff. Then they started. It was Elvira.
They had a Fright Fest one, right?
Yeah, Elvira.
Elvira was
and
good.
And then they started Dino Island. That was a Fright Fest show, and then it became. Then it went to SpongeBob.
Which was the best version?
The best version. Oh, Mach 1.
Mach 1.
That was just, I don't know, just the sound effect going, and then when you hit it, the whole stadium shook when it was all right, we're going up, and then it was boom! I'm what the?
It was essentially the same ride system as Minion Mayhem, right?
Well, you were in
standard simulator.
There were two people in a motion base, and it just, you'd get in it, and then when it started, it'd rise up maybe about 1.5 feet, so you had room to kind of pivot.
Oh, and Fly Me to the Moon was another one they had.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing that in the chat.
Stint. But, I got was when I worked at Screen Machine, they trained everyone on the loop, on parachutes, twister, and that, so if you had to do a break, then you can go down and help the loop out. So we had to be trained on those rides.
Elvira was a roller coaster.
Yeah, it was her she shrunk you down because she had a model, and she's all right, I'm going to shrink you down. You get to ride her little park that she was building. You got to ride the model before it was done or something.
Will Great Adventure embrace the country's birthday with the Great American Spin Machine? I mean, it'd be cool, but what do you theme the area to then? That's the tricky thing.
What, Centennial, America or something? They're not
going to theme it to that.
They're not going to lock into something like that.
Yeah, they're going to do something they can be a lot more broad with. Well, I would love it, though.
It's not going to come out during the birthday, so.
It's true. It'll be built during it, but not open. Have you been on that bizarre Frankenstein Burger King coaster? Yeah. In fact, that was my dad's 450th coaster, I believe, or 400th, one of the two. It's weird. It's very weird, but it's cool. With Alpen Fury opening late and being successful, do you think they could open the spinner in 2026 as well? I think they would have said they were going to already, because it's probably on track for an late July, August opening, something like that. I guess right now, considering there isn't any tracker supports yet, that's what makes it hard to really know for sure. But I mean, I would think so. I mean, I guess corporate doesn't, but
yeah, it's not going to open. What you'll see, it'll be done by then. But I think theming and what they're going to do with the rest of the area, they're going to wait to reopen it as a whole new area, a whole revamp of that thing. They're not just going to we can open the ride, but we still haven't changed and rethemed what that area is going to be, or if they're going to revamp or add more rides with it too. Like that's what I think they're really waiting on.
I can see that.
It's the rest of the like details. So I think by July next year, the whole structure will be done.
Oh yeah.
But just it's all the other little programming and theming and whatever the other stuff around it is going to be.
The Golden Kingdom should be absorbed into Plaza de Carnaval and make it similar to Fiesta Village at Knott's. Golden Kingdom portion could be themed to a Mayan/Central American jungle area. That'd be cool. I've always thought that Plaza de Carnaval and Golden Kingdom should kind of mix, and you have like a transitional area in the middle. That's what I always thought, because they're so close anyways. They're not, I mean, obviously you have like a Mexican village and then the jungle. They're pretty different, but I think you can kind of mesh them together fairly well. I mean, towards the end, they were kind of just not really very well differentiated, but when they first opened, I imagine they looked incredible. Hopefully we can get back to that sooner than later. What's your coaster credit count? I'm at 482. Ken, do you know yours?
No.
What would you estimate? Well, Ken estimates.
403.
Brian,
Back to me.
you're a 403?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Raptera was supposed to be 400, but I rope dropped it. I needed Tumbili first and then that, but Tumbili was closed, and then when I saw the rush of the other people coming, I'm like, well, I'm going to be first on Raptera, and then Tumbili was 400.
Tumbili's fun, though. It's cool.
Oh, no, I had actually really good. I flipped 4 times. I couldn't believe
I had
I
a
did
great
this.
ride on it this year.
I was shocked. I was like, wow. Like, you go on Joker here, and you barely get a flip, and then, like, go on that, and I'm like, whoa.
Oh, yeah.
And the beer, it was a little citrus beer that they, like, you can get there. It was actually really refreshing.
Huh. You would know.
For the ones that are 21 and older.
Ken, have you figured out your estimate yet?
No, I don't have the app on my phone
Well,
anymore.
he's still
so.
counting. The only negative to Heroes and Villains is the actual drink you can't get at the Ivy Bar. You have to go to a different bar in a different area. So if anyone's listening, you got to be able to make your main alcoholic drink that you're selling for the festival at the bar that's right next to the stage. Like, come on.
Yeah, it is a little strange. What do you guys think is the best coaster at Kings Island? I go Mystic Timbers and then Diamondback.
I like Banshee, then Mystic Timber.
No.
I had
No.
good rides on it. I don't know.
I do not like Banshee.
I had good rides.
Ken, what about you?
The bat.
The Bat. Okay. It's a respectable take. What about the Beast? No love for the Beast?
Only at night, though.
Yeah. Let's see. Have you ever seen the SpongeBob in storage by Nitro? Yes, I have many times, actually. SpongeBob is still over there, which is pretty funny. They never really get rid of anything.
No, they hold on to a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I am going to have to complain about all the dumpsters by Nitro.
Supposedly they're cleaning out under Batman, though.
Is that what
Okay.
they're doing?
Well, I wanted to point out it was during the Ace event, and you're going up during ERT, and you look because you can look down. How many wheels? Like they had so many ride parts in the one dumpster. I'm like, that could be for our raffle. What are they doing?
That's true.
Like there had to be at least 10 wheels from Batman that were just there, and you could see like they were dragging stuff. Like they weren't doing it then, but you could see, oh, they're definitely pulling stuff from under because Batman's underneath is just a storage of whatever.
True.
So they're probably just cleaning that out.
Let's see. Do you think Busch Gardens is the best themed amusement park?
Which one?
No. I would say Busch Gardens Williamsburg is still probably the most beautiful theme park, but best themed, no. Best themed is still easily Universal, Disney, or Dollywood, Silver Dollar City.
Yeah, but are you like Disney and Universal are on like a different?
Right.
I don't know. I feel like you can't compare them to like anything else. Like
They're-
they're
they're-
their own category. They fight with each other.
They're theme parks, amusement parks.
Hmm.
So where do you draw the line then? Is Silver Dollar City and Dollywood amusement or theme parks?
Amusement.
they're
they are
amusement, but they are the top of the top for
Yeah.
the amusement. Well, even
I would argue
Universal
Silver Dollar
Disney
City is more of a theme
whole
park.
experience. They're an immersive experience. They're not really like they're a whole nother level, at least for me.
True.
Because also the budgets they have, they could almost do whatever they want over there. You know?
It's true. Let's see. You can do on-ride filming at Fun Spot Atlanta, right? You do need to get permission. I saw people doing it without permission. We were told to get permission, so we did get permission, and they gave us a little thing that said we had permission.
You'll usually be on the train by yourself, so it doesn't really make a difference.
It's true. Ken is your uncle? Question mark. Ken is not actually my uncle, contrary to popular
Are you sure
belief.
about that?
Well, I guess you never really know. No,
Have
as
you
far
done
as I
the
know,
23andMe? Have you
Ken
done
is not
that?
actually my uncle. What is the cleanest bathroom at Great Adventure? I'd usually say Metropolis Water and Power. That's like the most, reliable one. It's my favorite. I did like the Golden Kingdom bathrooms a lot, but obviously you can't go to those anymore. The catering bathrooms are usually super clean because nobody ever uses them. Both of them.
But would you say Metropolis is clean now with the festival? Because now you got a lot of foot traffic through there.
I haven't been in there in a little while, so I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
So now it might have came down a notch.
But it's still the nicest looking, I'd say.
Once they put Wonder Woman in, that kind of went downhill.
A little bit. Because more people started going over
Now
there.
that Wonder Woman's closed, it's okay.
What coaster should Knoebels add next? Switchback. I would love to see them get Switchback. I would imagine they're probably planning a fairly large edition for next year because it's their 100th. I just hope it's something different than what they have. And they don't have a very large coaster collection, so I hope it's something cool. I hope it is a coaster.
Has Bayer and Curves opened yet?
I
Last
don't
I saw,
know.
it was just the structure was up, like the online report or whatever. Like they didn't
That would
add
be
any
good.
cars to the
That
track.
would be a good anniversary ride.
Yeah.
If they can get that thing going full speed, oh, look out. Look out.
They can go, what, 70?
Yes.
God.
I don't know if you've ever ridden one of them. Oh,
Not going 70 miles an hour, that's for
I
sure.
remember the one at Kennywood. Holy moly.
Isn't that the same one at Knoebels now?
I think they bought multiples of them to try and get one good
And
one.
they Frankenstein them together?
Yep.
Speaking of Kennywood, when do you see Kennywood getting their next coaster? What do you think it'll be? Well, Kennywood is now owned by Hershend, right?
Yeah, Hershey now owns them.
So that can either mean they're going to get a lot of investment or they're not going to get much. I think they will because Kennywood is a park that can get a lot of traction, and I think they can just continue to capitalize on that. I don't know what they'll get.
I can see an invert because they don't have
Like a
any.
Vekoma?
Yeah, a nice Vekoma invert would be lovely there.
That'd be pretty cool. They could do one of those package deals. Family Boomerang and a thrilling Vekoma.
Sweet.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because that's what I had finally got my actual first official visit there and got to go on everything, which was not just Steel Curtain.
Yeah.
That part.
Which, if you haven't seen Brian's trip out there for Steel Curtain, go watch that vlog. It's very entertaining.
Yeah, I had a very interesting ride, but we don't need to talk about that.
Here's a good one. What is everyone's rarest credits? I guess technically it would be the two Built to Thrill coasters, being Black Stallion and Shadow Stalker. They were Sammy's
Doesn't
coasters.
count. That was
They're coasters. They're real.
State certified. How about we go that?
Okay. Well, Top Thrill 2 2024 would be mine.
That's what I was going to say.
I mean, nobody got to ride that. And I got to ride it 13 times. Ken rode it over 20 times.
And I'm going to have to say we badmouth Top Thrill too, but it's been running pretty consistently lately.
Yeah, I'll give it credit.
So
It has some good uptime.
I still don't like what they did to King Ka, but I still have a grudge
Yeah.
for that. But I'm happy to see they figured it out.
I'm trying to think of what else I've been on that's rare.
The only thing I can think of is Hypersonic. I've been on that.
I mean, I know the kiddie coaster at Lakemont, most people never rode because they didn't really let adults ride it ever. What else?
That's looking pretty sad too. Lakemont's not doing.
Yeah, it's not looking like a bright future there.
Well, what? The rides aren't even open at all, right? Or like the coasters aren't, right?
Nope. And Leap the Dips, they can't get rid of it. but they don't have to operate it.
They
It
don't
just
really
needs
have
to stay there.
They don't really have to upkeep anything either. So
Yeah. It's a shame. This is an interesting one. With the 2 water rides leaving it at Fiesta, what would you predict would be in its spot? It's going to sound a little outlandish, but I could see them getting a big new coaster in 2027 and not necessarily a thrilling coaster. I could see like a family thrill coaster. Think something like Big Bear. Imagine if you have something like Big Bear going up along the quarry wall there through the back, going towards the water park, kind of behind Roadrunner. That'd be awesome. And they can continue to make Crack Axle Canyon like the greatest theme park area ever. Well, not the greatest ever, but it's a really good area. I think that'd be cool.
But do they need any more water? Like, I haven't been to the water park there. I've only
Their
been
water
to the
park's
ride.
solid.
Is this a huge hit to the water park by losing to the 2
Not
slides?
really.
Or they should definitely put another slide in.
It's not that big of a deal, honestly. They weren't their best slides
So then
either.
you can't, like, expanding the dry park, you're not really taking away from the water park then at that point.
Exactly.
I think any park to get a Big Bear would be amazing. That ride is so fun.
I still haven't ridden it, funnily enough, but I'm planning
Got a
to.
credit above you. Wow.
I know. Congrats.
Life is complete now.
Have you ever been to the DreamWorks water park? I have not yet. I still need to change that, but I have not.
I wanted
Maybe
to
this
go,
winter
but
I'll go.
I tried to go. I heard the time was during COVID because they said they were limited people and you had the whole park to yourself if you went during the week.
That's how American Dream or Nickelodeon Universe was. It was excellent.
Oh, I remember, yeah, during COVID, it was like amazing.
There's nobody there.
Well, hey, maybe we'll have a Hollywood trip.
Maybe?
that water park is amazing.
Yep, I knew Ken would go on about that one.
Have you been there?
Twice.
Oh, God, jealous. Uncle.
That water park is the
Fun
best thing
things.
there. that water coaster. Ooh.
Is it a rocket blast or is it a magnetic launch?
It's got the.
Does it have the jets that when you get to the top of the hill, the water comes crashing over you?
It kind of has both.
Okay. Interesting.
It has a very slow lift up to the top, but
Yeah. Let's
So be on the lookout. Hollywood trip.
Maybe.
they have the 50% off tickets during Black Friday. So
There we go. Well, Colin can use his connections. We probably could get their, film, right?
That's
Film for free.
hopefully, maybe. We'll see. Write a few emails.
Coming to a vlog near you.
There you go.
I want to see the wave pool when they're surfing in it. That's what I want to see.
How
That's
big
why.
do they actually
That's
get,
why the
like,
water park
sizable?
opens so late, because in the morning it's surfing.
Yeah, because you can rent it. You look at the prices of it. It's insane to rent it out to surf though, or like to get a surf lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should give King Ka a star in Movie Town like the other Fallen rides. That'd be great, but I don't know if they'll ever touch those again. I don't think they'll ever make new ones.
They're not
That's
making
probably
those.
something they did once and they'll never do again.
The next time they touch those, they're coming out.
Yeah.
Which right now I want to put a bid in for the Scream Machine one.
I'll take the chiller one. Is there a chiller one? There is, right?
I don't know.
No.
No, there's not.
No, because it's Batman. Stuntman's Freefall should have one, right?
Free Fall is there, yeah.
Yeah. The Water Effect I think has one.
Yep.
I'm now
Bizarre.
trying to think.
Yeah, I don't think Chiller does have one.
Well, on your next trip,
I'll have to
around
go
the
look
park,
again.
You have to film them all.
I guess so. A lot of people don't even know what we're talking about if I had to bet.
Well,
Guess.
here, boom. Then stay tuned for the next vlog.
There you go.
Right? Stay tuned. The most
Stay
famous
tuned.
phrase enthusiasts can hear.
Yes. Let's see. Here's a good one. What do you think is the scariest haunted house at Great Adventure? That would have to be Ken.
Asylum.
There you go.
Asylum.
Asylum is incredible. I'm so glad it's coming back because it's by far the best
That
one they
was
have.
The best one, and the person in charge of that one, fantastic job. She's
Yes. World class.
it's
Honestly, I'll skip every maze just to go do that, and I'll be happy. Because that one is just that good.
That haunt is the best there, and it proves that you don't need IP to make a good haunt.
Exactly. IP is not necessary at all.
Also, look at what Hershey does. Hershey does it well.
Hershey, which again, if anyone, Dark Knights, you got to check that out. Anyone listening
Yes.
that hasn't done it, make a visit, because in general, that event is amazing.
They do a standout job with it.
They
So
knock
good.
it. They're smart with only doing like 4 or 5 houses, because you can just concentrate. You gotta pump it with ghouls and just. They do food. Their food is fantastic. I know Colin doesn't eat much, but like the food in general is very good. And the
The
drinks.
fog bubble machine and
Yeah.
that big
All flamethrowers everywhere.
that flame in the middle. That
Sliders.
just,
They got the sliders that come from California out
Yep.
there in the Midway.
They got some good stuff.
So make that on your plan for the people watching this.
Do you have any tips for when I go to Six Flags Over Georgia next year? I'd probably try to do Gold Rusher early because it doesn't have the greatest capacity. And Daredevil. Daredevil you need to do early because that line moves incredibly slow.
if it's open.
Yeah, if it's open. Otherwise, just enjoy the park. I'm someone who actually really enjoys Over Georgia. I think it's a very good park.
And Monster Mansion.
Yes, do
you
not
gotta do
skip Monster Mansion.
Do
It's
not
so
miss
good.
that one.
Love Monster Mansion.
Not miss it.
Colin would have cried for Superman 2. Yeah, I would have cried tears of joy if that was closing and I got my final ride on it. I would have been so happy. Do not like that ride.
So did Sammy cry for Rip Ride Rocket?
I don't think so. I know. We couldn't
Did he
get a
pick? He
recreation.
went the last day at least. Did he get a pick?
I don't think he did.
Wasn't that the last day for 3 coasters?
It was Rip Ride Rocket. Was it Switchback?
Switchback, and also that
The
lion.
one in Illinois. Yeah, Tiger Terror, or I forget what it's called.
Yeah, but Universal did it right. They did a proper send off.
They did. They did the good old farewell tour.
Taking notes.
What happened to the single rider line on Toro? Well, that also goes for the single rider line on like every ride at Great Adventure. Because in 2022, they introduced it on Toro, on Medusa, on Nitro. I feel like one more, Jersey Devil. And now they're all gone. I guess they kind of gave up on that. Because the single rider lines were great.
Yeah, but it's staffing, because now you got to hire one other person. That's all it comes down to.
It's true. It's true.
It's staffing and paying somebody.
It's also you really don't need a single rider line on El Toro.
Not really.
No.
I think if anything, Jersey Devil and Flash need them. And they should be right up the exit ramp. And you just go and fill in the empty seats. That's how it should
I
be.
can see Flash. I don't think Jersey Devil needs it. Jersey Devil.
Oh,
at
Jersey
least-
Devil needs it.
At least when I was there, everything was filled.
It depends on who's grouping, too. If they don't care about filling the train, they're not going to do it.
Yeah,
No,
usually
because there was
seeing
parties that were splitting up too. They're like, "I'm going back row. You can go front row." Like they were. It was just. That's what I said. Like, trust me, you had.
well,
all
you
the
were
time
there
in the world
during a
to watch
coaster
trains.
event, so
But yeah, during a coaster event, they will
No,
not let...
'cause I went later in the day and rode it because we only got one ride on during the coaster
Yeah, it broke
because it went down.
Yeah.
And then we had to go for the tour. It's like, well, we gotta go. We'll come back later and get a couple more laps on it. And that was brutal because you're just standing there. I'm like, oh, every train is full. Yep, everything is full. Everything like, trust me, you take notes when you're just staring at trains.
Colin, you got to get back to Great Escape and get on Bobcat. I know. It looks great. I saw it run multiple times, and I just got unlucky. I'll get back up there sooner than...
But that counts for your credit, right?
Yeah, I rode it. I just didn't actually ride it. I watched people ride it. So that counts. You think the Safari will ever use the dock at the park again? I don't know. I was kind of watching closely at what they were doing with their little experiment with having the Frontier Station open, and it's not open anymore. So I guess they're not going to do it anymore. Which park do you think will get the next Vekoma tilt? I would say a Six Flags park, but I really can't say that with confidence. So who knows? I mean, nobody thought Cedar Point would get the first one open nonetheless. So it's anyone's guess. I feel bad for Codaland, though. They had that in their bag. Like, yeah, we're going to get the first tilt coaster. And then Cedar Point just came in and nope. It's kind of funny. It's sad, but. Do you see El Toro increasing its height requirement given the new lap bar policy? I feel like they should, but at the same time, you could have the height requirement be 54 inches, and if you're still somebody who's really skinny and the lat bar doesn't come all the way down and touch your thighs, it doesn't matter. I think, see, it's tricky because I would say Intamin should just modify the train so that the restraints verify can go lower, but I don't know if that's actually possible because I think it might actually be making a collision with something and it can't go any lower physically. But I don't. I find it weird that they did not enforce that rule for 18 years and there was never an issue. And I'm not saying don't follow the rules, but there was never anything wrong. And then all of a sudden they started enforcing it on Matt and Ka last year, kind of out of nowhere. And now there's a ton of kids who can't ride El Toro as a result. I mean, I rode El Toro when I was super tiny. I know that lap bar didn't even come close to touching my thighs. I was fine. So I don't know. That's just me.
I don't.
But it is important to be on the safe side.
Well, they should have a cushion that you can sit on that makes it.
Little booster seat like Impulse has at Knoebels.
The good thing is they are now checking kids when they come in the entrance. Like they sit them in that seat and check to make sure so that they don't go all the way up there and then have it happen when they're on the ride. So
Yeah, I agree.
Well, that should be the person checking your pot, whatever, or at the front gate, the security.
With
They should
the
be like,
height
hey,
check,
you look
yeah.
real small.
well, that's what
When
they're
you
doing.
sit in
I've
that,
seen them
make
do
sure-
it.
Yeah.
So
I don't think they're going to change this because I think you'd have such a big thing with the state to get it recertified, so new trains on that. They're not going to have Intamin modify them because that's going to be a whole nother step of like recertifying that ride.
It's true.
I just think that's not going to be worth the investment to what the hassle they're going to go through what New Jersey's going to put them through.
You're not wrong.
No, I don't-
go eat up Macho Nacho. Gain some weight.
There you go.
yeah,
Get a
that's
little
the
bit
thing.
bigger.
It's like, hang on, go eat a couple of orders of nachos and
Your
come back and I'll
burritos.
check you.
But it's the best time to buy season passes. We are at Great Adventure. Please don't call us Six Flags New Jersey. It bugs me. It's Great Adventure. But right now, I would definitely buy your passes now. They're the cheapest they're going to be.
By
Does
tonight.
it expire to like at midnight tonight, or is it like you have,
I'm going to look right now.
or can you buy it like on the first, just midnight of tomorrow?
Well, it says it's still active. The countdown
Yeah,
is 1 day.
Okay, so that's
Oh, wow. This
September.
is all messed up. 4 hours, 8 minutes, and 30 seconds.
What?
1 day, 4 hours,
Oh, okay.
8 minutes, and 20 seconds.
So you can buy it through tomorrow at least. So like you don't have to drop what you're doing and go buy a season pass right now.
But it wouldn't be a bad
Wake
idea
up
either.
and while you're eating breakfast, do
Buy a
it.
season pass. Yes.
Yeah.
And don't
For
be
Great
surprised
Adventure.
if they extend it. We're extending it one last time.
You know they probably will extend it. Like let's. But if you're that concerned, like yeah, this is the time to buy it.
They usually don't extend it into Fright Fest. So once Fright Fest gets into its main season,
That's it.
I'd be curious for because like with the sale now, obviously the passport is included. If you wait and then November go to buy the pass, how much is the passport add-on going to be? Is it still going to be the $100, or is it going to be like that's the thing? It's like you're like I'm curious to see the people that waited and be like, ha, you just got really screwed
It's true.
for that passport because I'm curious what they're going to try and charge you with that.
And I hope they don't mess with us legacy members and change something. They said that we're getting all that, so we'll see.
You got confirmation. You have it on video.
It's true.
You could
I
take
didn't
it to
get that
court.
confirmation.
I mean, it sounded like it.
It was the most
confirmed
thing
I'm
they
gonna get
said
it.
during that whole presentation.
Yeah. Prediction: first U.S. park to get a mock striker. I could see that working really well at Universal if it's in the style of Voltron, where it's just like crazy high capacity, super well themed. I think that could work really well. I would also like to see it at one of the Busch parks, particularly Tampa, or at Silver Dollar City or Dollywood, and see them go all out with the theming on it. I think that could be cool.
I think it's going to be either Universal Park or a Hershey Park. I think
I
they're
can
the
see
ones
it.
that'll pony up that kind of money and actually make it and do it right.
Not like the little one, which still looks good. I forget what it's called. The one that replaced Wild Train at Fantasiana. I don't know why I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
It's not really a striker in my opinion. It's more of a Big Dipper. With it being almost 10 years since the last major new coaster at Lake Compounce, you think they will get another coaster? Well, now with Hirschend in charge, maybe they have more of a chance now than they did pre-merger or pre-acquisition, really.
I don't see a major coaster. Maybe a family.
I could see a family, yeah.
Like one of those Vekoma Boomerang.
Yeah, family boomerang would be great there.
I think that would work very well, and I can see them like I don't see them investing a lot of money into it
because it doesn't really need it.
Yeah,
it's pretty
like
self-sufficient.
They get the crowds. They do again. They're not gonna if you are making money at the park for what it's doing right now, you're not gonna dump a ton of money to try and make a big draw into it.
Very true. I am gonna put the line in the chat at 10:06. I'm starting to get tired.
What? This is a holiday weekend.
I know, but I have work.
You have work? Who works on
tomorrow morning?
Even I have off.
It is what it is. Let's see. Most underrated park in the Six Flags chain.
Legacy or chain?
I'd say Legacy.
Great Escape.
Yes, I would agree with that. Honestly, New England, well, to a point. I think St. Louis also gets a lot of hate for no reason. Discovery Kingdom gets a lot of hate for no reason.
I would say Discovery Kingdom.
Yeah, Discovery Kingdom I really enjoyed.
That was really a good time.
Yeah, I had no issues with it.
I like Darien Lake too. Darien Lake was fun.
Yeah, Darien Lake's fine. Is it true that Brian was kicked out of Jersey Coaster Adventure? No. Brian was not kicked out of Jersey.
No.
You.
I was not kicked out. What rumor was that?
Where did that one get
I
started?
think JD is just trying to stir the pot.
You and your mom out.
Yeah, I didn't do anything stupid. We were there later than you guys because I remember Deck and you guys we're home already. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Thoughts on the old Batman Sun Arena? What would you like them to do with it? They should probably get rid of it because it just doesn't look great, or just redo it and actually have shows in there regularly.
Yeah.
They said they're going to have wrestling matches in there.
Yes, there is going to be a wrestling.
They do that every year. They have a wrestling show. It's an event they do every year. They do a wrestling event.
They're going to have those guys from the Monmouth County Fair come.
Probably. That's probably the same.
Maybe.
I think put another stunt show in it. Let's get another Batman one. Whatever. I think we need another stunt show. I don't know. Again, the in-park entertainment is where you need to Heroes and Villains was a big hit. Let's keep it going.
I agree.
They said they were talking about that at that Q&A, that they knew that entertainment was very important. So,
and again, and whoever gets the survey, fill it out as honest and be like, no, this is what we want.
That's the only way you'll see change.
So is it known during Fright Fest if we're having the show?
We are having Unleashed, but no Dead Man's Party.
Dead Man's is done.
Which I'm okay with. I'd rather have Unleashed than Dead Man's.
No, Dead Man's is a staple.
I know it's a staple, but
That's a staple.
I like Unleashed better.
But honestly, I think, because, again, if you look at the numbers, though, the last 2 years of Dead Man's, it wasn't ever, packed.
No.
So at least maybe having the year off will help for when they bring it back for next year. That'll be oh, it's back, and everyone will flood it again. And
I think having it in the stunt arena, too, just kind of hurts them because you don't see it. There's not that, kineticism in the area like it was when they had it in front of the giant wheel.
They figured with people, instead of everyone crowding and standing in front of it. I would love to put it back in front of the Ferris wheel. Shut that down for the Fright Fest like they used to do. And put it right there, and everyone in that plaza, you just gather around and watch. That's where I'd love to put it again, but they're not going to shut a ride down.
Not now.
Yeah. Well, they have nothing as it is. You think they'll close another one?
How has your experience been with Preferred Parking Great Adventure? 2 out of 3 times I've used it. There's no one checking whether you paid or not. I've always seen someone paying for it, or checking, so I'm not sure about your experiences.
I don't use it. I never go up there. Because then you got
I sometimes do. I don't like the parking lot up there. You have to go out that way.
Exactly. So
the
I
long
usually
way.
go right up the
But it
right
works
side
out for
on the
me
first one,
because
then shoot right out.
usually I have to go over by that fence line anyway to go film. So I just do it on my way out. So it's not that big of a deal.
So for you, it's great, but for everyone else, it sucks.
Oh, believe me, I'd much rather just go right out the back and take the road up. But
No, yeah, that's what I'd rather just park as close as I can on the right side and then be able to shoot right out.
yeah. Let's see.
Does Uncle Ken park in preferred parking?
Uncle Ken does not
You
have.
can.
I have preferred parking at all the Cedar Fair parks, just not Great Adventure.
Have you tried though?
Have I tried? Yeah, I don't have it.
Ah,
I don't have it.
So what pass do you? Because I have a Donny Park pass with the passport, so that's what I use. So do you have like that system, or what do you? Are you still? Have
I had the Gold Plus membership, and I added the all parks to it. And when I added the all parks, I got the Prestige pass at all the Cedar Fair parks for some reason.
Okay.
So I was getting the best parking and for some reason free food at times. So
Okay.
VIP lounge. I think that's gone.
yeah, I really was hoping they'd bring it back, but I guess not. Next meet and greet. I haven't decided on a date yet. I'm kind of annoyed that they got rid of Holiday
Bring Holiday in the Park.
because Holiday in the Park was a great time to do it, and now can't do it. So
It's actually
I don't know.
tomorrow. Big
Yeah,
announcement.
tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
Yeah. We'll probably do it
Calling
after
out of
Fright
work.
Fest in November at some point. If I had to guess, I'll have an announcement out for it though. Are there any trains from Koss at the park still? I would think so. I would think
But they're not-
Blueberry
are they
probably got
still
stripped for
in-
parts.
Are they in the boneyard or no? They moved them, right?
I'm not sure. I've seen. I don't want to say that yet. You guys will see on Tuesday when that video comes out. But I know where two of them are.
We know one. Well, one went to the museum, and the other one is at a event day that's been like announced. So it's not like anything special here.
Well, there are two that I have. I'll believe it at that.
The other one's at Colin's house right now.
Oh yeah, sitting right
He's
back
gonna
there.
turn on the
He's
lights,
in
and
it.
the train
He's
is
And
in
there
it.
it is. I have orange with me now.
His bed is a King to Cotring.
Most
How many
times in a
people
row
now
that
want
you rode Jersey Devil, I think it was 32. That was back when it first opened. I rode it a lot when it first opened. Sorry to ask again, but you have to go to guest services to get permission or email. I would email first. I would definitely email first. And
This guy really wants to film on rides.
thoughts on Kings Island's new Phantom Theater opening nightmare. I'm like I said earlier, I'm really happy to see them doing this. I think it is awesome. Because originally they were supposed to get a family thrill coaster in 26, as per the press release Six Flags put out last year. I'm happier with this because this is something you don't see that often, and I really appreciate that they're doing it.
I think it's a
Now
nice
King's
addition.
Dominion has to bring back the Crystal Caves. Do you remember Crystal Caves?
I do not.
It was by what's the kiddie coaster? You can't ride unless you had a kid.
Great Humpkin
Did they-
Coaster.
Yes.
But did they change those? The rule, like, can you actually ride?
You
like
can
did
now. Yeah.
The line was too long, and I'm like, I'm not doing that.
There was these caves you would go explore over in that area. It was cool.
But the crazy thing is that Boo Blaster got more of an announcement than Ka. That doesn't
Yeah.
tell you what makes a great adventure.
Yeah, I mean, that is what it is.
Just pointing some things out here that corporate does not like Great Adventure. I don't know.
We have one more question for the night.
One more question.
One more question. What is the most surprising coaster you ever rode? I'd say Alpine Fury's up there.
Surprising.
Surprisingly good, I would assume.
Oh, I know mine.
American Eagle's
Wild
up there.
Mouse. Wild Mouse at Idlewild in
Ah.
Pennsylvania. I'd like it was such a like stop for credits, obviously, but like holy shit, that ride was good. I think
Really?
it came from Alton Towers. I think if the history is correct on that, it came from Europe.
I think
But
you
it's
might
just
be right.
it's just crazy to like this is at this park. Like it blew me away. How like I'm like this is amazing.
It did, in fact, come from Alton Towers. It was the Alton Mouse.
Yeah.
It was there for a couple of years. It was mainly, well, actually, and then before that, it was at Wiener Prater in Austria. And then it came to Pennsylvania.
Yeah. So if you want a surprisingly good coaster, go to Idlewild. Near, I think an hour away from Kennywood. That ride, holy shit.
Okay, good to know. Ken, you got one?
I'm still thinking.
It's a tough question because you got to think through all the coasters you've ridden.
I just know that was recent, and I remember like hitting the brake run, and it was like, what just happened?
Yeah, I would say American Eagle at Great America really surprised me. I did not expect to like it as much as I did. Trying to think what else. So hard to think of all these coasters I've been on now. It's also hard to surprise me because I usually know exactly what I'm getting into. Flash was a pleasant surprise, and so was Siren. I don't know. That's tough.
I don't
That's
know.
tough.
First ride on Flash, just waiting 8.5 hours to
Well,
finally get on the thing was just
That was
really
rough.
dampened that experience.
That was a little rough. Can you think of one?
Well, I'll say my first coaster ever was the toboggan at Point Pleasant.
Okay.
Going back and rewriting that at Lakemont when I did, and realizing what a crappy coaster it was. Oh, that thing was horrible. I don't think I'd ever ride one again.
What, a Chance Toboggan?
Yeah.
Oh, I know a good surprising coaster. Rail Runner at Anakista, the single rail mountain coaster.
Holy shit,
It
that
is
thing
ridiculous.
falls to the walls.
You
Like,
need to let
holy
yourself go
shit.
full speed. Full
Oh, yeah.
speed. Oh,
And
and
there's that
Ravine
one
Flyer.
turn
Ravine
that's just
Flyer
like,
was
holy shit.
I thought I was going to fly off on my first ride. I got thrown like this. And my
That
dad
thing
said
is
Ravine
nuts.
Flyer in the chat. Ravine Flyer was a very surprising.
I was going to say that's Ravine Flyer. Just when we rode that this year, I was like, holy moly! I was not like I've heard about it, but it was. Just,
I wasn't ready for that.
I was not ready for how. First of all, it isn't that long. It's like you guys are like, oh, it's a long ride. I'm like, look, this
It's not that long. It's average.
brings back in the station. What do you mean it's long? It's long, just long enough that it's insane.
Yeah, that was something. Oh, and the what's it called? The miler, the high miler at Fun Spot Atlanta. What's that called? Hurricane.
Oh,
I think
Oh.
Hurricane is at Florida, no? Or is it the same?
There is one also at Fun Spot Atlanta that is much
Yeah, no, I
wilder.
don't know if it. I guess that has the same name. I can't remember. That one
I
was good.
think it is Hurricane. Let me look.
I don't think that thing should even be operated.
That thing is ridiculous. It is called Hurricane Coaster.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, that was a surprise. You just hear Ken going, "Oh my god!"
You know, the one I saw at Kennywood, Exterminator, because it's all in the dark. Like
Yes, I
lava.
love Exterminator.
That thing is great. Like the theming is like, didn't expect that kind of level of theming
Yeah,
going into it.
it's
Granted,
very
again,
well
I didn't
done.
watch any POVs or anything, and then you go on it like, what? This is nuts.
That Go Karts Plus coaster we hit, the kitty coaster.
Which one?
Yes, that was ridiculous. Python Pit in Williamsburg.
Okay.
I almost didn't ride that.
Yeah, Ken was like, I don't know. I'm like, Ken, it's a free credit. How could you say no? And then he wrote
No
it.
to credits.
Got to get those credits.
Gotta get the credits.
But with that, unless you guys have any other things you want to
No, there's
mention,
someone else. I do agree.
Oh.
Thunderbolt
Thunderbolt,
at Kennywood.
Kennywood. That's a good one.
Again, I didn't watch any POVs and going into that, and that layout, that was so much fun. Thunderbolt at Kennywood.
That's a
That
good
you,
ride.
but it's like you have to ride with someone. No solo riding there.
I don't blame them.
Oh yeah, no, you understand why, but it's like
But
There's
yes,
lots of people waiting out for a ride. It's hard to find somebody to ride with.
yeah. With that, guys, that is it for tonight's stream, the
Shot
Labor Day
on
weekend
again.
stream.
Labor
We've been
Day
going for
weekend.
2 hours and 20 minutes, Brian. That's a fairly long stream, I'd say.
Well, I didn't finish my cup yet. Oh.
Ah, got to finish your water. But
Yes, water.
water. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Had a great time hearing all of your questions. If you haven't already joined the Unload Station Discord server, please do. We actually
got
got
get
a
on that.
ton of members just from the stream. If you haven't joined yet, like Brian, if you look in the chat, it is pinned. The join link is pinned.
Just
So hop on in. I'll text it to
So
you.
for us old people, what is a Discord server?
So a Discord server, we have this one set up almost kind of like a pseudo reminiscent thing of Grid Adventure history forums, where there's different text channels. You go in, you can talk about whatever, and it's all coaster people in there. Variety of different knowledge levels.
Well,
But
not in Discord in general is all people talking.
oh, Discord in
It's not
general
just-
is all
It's
just
not
different.
just for theme.
No,
park
it's not
people.
just for this. No, this
The way
is
you
just
started talking
one
about it, I was like,
server.
wait.
No, Discord, there's a lot of things you can do with Discord. This server just happens to be that. But hop in. There's always active discussion. In fact, I was just looking at the chat now, and there's literally nonstop people typing always, which is kind of insane. But yeah, thank you all for joining that. And if you haven't already, feel free to do so. And stay tuned. We got a really cool video coming out Tuesday and lots more content that will trickle out as we get towards Halloween season, which I'm very excited about. And I'll give you guys one final chance to plug yourselves, Brian and Ken. Brian?
Brian from Coaster Patcher Guy. I had a big run of Scream Machine demo stuff on there, so if you haven't seen that, go on there. Other than
They're
that,
awesome.
me and my daughter going on some of the more family parks. Like, shockingly got up to New Hampshire and got on those parks, which never thought I'd go up to Storyland and Santa's Village. But yeah, that's kind of it. I definitely have to recommend Ryan the Ride Mechanic. Check out his channel. Always a good time. Especially, like, I'm a car mechanic, so the mechanic stuff is always a fun time. So, yeah, that's what I got.
And Ken?
It is the end of the major coaster season and the beginning of haunt season. So get out there and go to a few haunts. Yes.
Yes, like Hershey Park Halloween, Dark Nights. Excellent event.
If you're not making a plan for there, I don't know what you're doing with your life.
You need to make a plan. But with all that, guys,
Also look for all the small haunts because they can be better.
they can be. They tend to be.
Yeah, the family-owned ones are usually really good. Those local farms.
But with all that, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Happy Labor Day. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, guys.